Well, hello everyone. Oh, let me turn the music down. Hey there, welcome to D&D with Kristi. I am Kristi. This is my D&D session with my players, and we are continuing on with our Dragon Heist / AcInc / sometimes other stuff, made up stuff, adventure that this party has decided to go on. And we usually kick off by having a wrap up of what these scamps got up to last time. So yeah, Yella, if you want to do the honors.
Yeah, so last time we finished up the quest for Frog Fortress 5 and for Cable Crew as a Cobalt. That's gonna go to the main party, because of course it is. After which we went back to the main party, who have just arrived back in Waterdeep after their mission in Neverwinter. They touched base, started setting up a couple of things locally. Hibara made a bunch of plans really big.
Mm-hmm.
Then beyond that, Telvar and Perry, well, they contacted the Harpers. I forgot the guy they tried to contact originally, but they ended up with Neverember. Clue went to talk to the Zens about it, while also reporting in what he did in Neverwinter. That's also where he heard about a job that their newly acquired boat is going to be going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think last week we didn't actually get much done
Well,
comparatively.
no. I mean, you guys have actually. I have a whole list of more downtime activities for you in this session.
Mhm.
So, and plus other things, that we kind of have to follow up on. So, there was a lot. So yeah, there was the Perry thing. I feel like there was more that we did last week.
I mean, technically the scrutineering, but that's like a
Yes.
thing that's going on in the background, so that's not actually done for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, and so
Mara went in. Hibara and Mara
Yes.
went and got scales. Or
Yes.
That happened as
Yes,
well.
exactly. You got scales, and you have your gloves in for repair, which will
Yes.
be done after 2 weeks.
Yay.
And the tab for Avi and Embrick is now cleared at
Yes.
Yield Hunt. Also, Hibara sent paper birds to Laurel Silvermane, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, about the information on the burgeoning slave market on the second level of Undermountain. And also you went to visit the Emerald Enclave. You went to talk to your contact there, the half-elf druid, Melanor, who is your contact there. And I wanted to kind of follow up on that too. So
You also told the drow.
yes. You talked to Felric too?
Yeah, she sent the same information.
Okay, to
the
Felric.
drop.
Okay, right. Let's actually start with that, because I wanted to think a little bit about how those people would handle. Sometimes, like every time, like what you guys do in the city of in the politics of the city of Waterdeep. you guys, your actions are like pebbles, and so there are a lot of people I have to think about in terms of their reactions and how that's going to affect the city's politics. So you did, when you talked to Melanor, they were, that's your contact with the Emerald Enclave, and their interest, or his interest on behalf of the lady who runs things, is the necromancers. The slavery thing, they don't approve of it. However, they feel like that's something that the city should take care of. Elves, druids are more about the balance of nature, more wild than urban. And this necromantic force coming up in the city is something that is of great concern to them. So they kind of like encourage you to go off in that direction. And when it comes to Laurel Silvermane, after like 2 days, there's a letter from the Open Lord addressed to Silverhand. Laurel Silverhand. Basically addressed to the whole company, that says, thank you for the information, and that if you are willing to take on this, to follow up on the information and go into the Underdark, the city would be very appreciative. And she also writes to let you know, Hibara, that doing this kind of work would look very good on your, as part of your service to the city. Also that if you choose to go into Under Mountain, the restraints on you would not apply, because that's not part of the city of Waterdeep. So if you decide before, for whatever reason, to head down there, before you have your Asbo ankle bracelet taken off, your antisocial behavior order ankle bracelet, then you would still be able to use your fire spells down there. So yeah, so that is what happens as a consequence of your paper birds for Hibara. Okay, so I have a couple things, but I also know that you all want to. I'll tell you what. Should I bring up other people that stop by the tavern of note in this 2-week period? How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it then. All right. One evening, as the bar is closing, and whatever you guys are doing on a night when you're like, maybe you're studying comprehend languages to practice your Waterdeep sign language training, or you're seeing to your blood vines, or you're working up some of the potions for the underwater breathing. Did we talk about the underwater breathing potions? We did in the Discord.
In DM, yeah.
Right. So that could be like an activity you're doing at this time. But an elderly looking human woman comes into the tavern quite late at night and goes to the bar staff, who you have working now, and inquires after the owners of the tavern. And would it be possible to speak to the owners of the tavern? And so the staff come and sort of find you and mention that there's a little old lady who's looking for you downstairs.
We just start walking down, I guess. You guys can join me, but probably not going to be that interesting.
What time of day is it?
It's closing time at the tavern.
Evening.
Late evening, closing time. Yes, the tavern is emptying out. There's a few people finishing up their drinks, or like flirting and not paying attention to the time. But mostly it's cleared out at this point.
Mara's already sitting at the bar, just hanging out.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I assume Jarvis would go up and get whoever is upstairs from their various rooms.
Yes, yeah. If you're not downstairs like Mara is, and
yeah,
yes.
So when they go into Hibara's room and tell her there's a little old lady who wants to speak to you,
yeah,
her immediate response would be, what kind of old lady?
Human-looking, elderly woman. Oh no.
What's she wearing?
Oh, she seems dressed well. She doesn't seem to be of nobility, but I would put her in some sort of mercantile sector by her dress.
Oh. Okay, then. Goes back to deal with the plants.
Okay. So Mara's at the bar. Clue is heading downstairs. Perry, where's Perry when you're fetched?
I think Perry will be at the bar.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's easy. Then
Couple
Gorko will
pieces
be
of
there too.
paper and discuss. So coming up with ideas for a new mask.
Okay. And Thilvar?
Thelhar will go down as well.
Okay. Yes. So when the staff sort of point out, Mara, Gorko, and Perry, she comes over and goes, "Oh, hello, my friends. It's so good to see you again, Perry. So good to see you again, Mara and little Gorko. Oh, Edward, did you have a safe journey away from Neverwinter?"
Oh, hey, Opal.
Hey, Clue. It's good to see you again.
Yes.
How's it been?
Straight to it.
Sorry.
If you're,
Yeah.
Mhm.
How was your
Looking,
trip?
yeah, good. I assume you're looking for your funds.
I am, yes. Been able to scrape by, but it would be nice to have the whole stash. Did it come back unscathed? Tell me about how it all went.
Oh, it went remarkably smoothly, actually. Turns out somebody animated some gargoyles in the basement. Perfect way to get in.
Oh.
I mean, the gargoyles were a bit of an issue, but afterwards, the safe was remarkably easy. Mostly because of the skills of our friend here and just kind of nudges Barry.
Oh, well, I'll make a mental note of that if I have a job on offer and I need a good lockpick. Oh, so could we maybe adjourn somewhere a bit more private? Take care of our
Okay,
business.
let's take it upstairs, I guess.
All right.
Indeed.
Oh. So where do I have? I'm going to put you guys back. I don't know where I have you now. Oh, the map of Waterdeep. We can go back to the tavern. I'll put you on the renovated tavern map. Because we'll be there for this part.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Yeah, you all head upstairs. You go into the conference room, basically. And who would have had the hollowed out books of common knowledge, the volumes?
I think last session we gave those to Jarvis, who.
Okay, yes. All right. So, yeah, you mentioned to Jarvis, and they go and bring them up, and then said, I was going to be heading out if that's everything. The Bobs are going to oversee the closing down of the tavern. All right, I'll see you all in the morning.
See you in the morning.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
a safe trip home.
Well, thank you very much. See you later. They bow out and close the door behind them. And Opal reaches her elderly eyes, wrinkles sort of get a little bit deeper as they widen as you bring out her volume and slide it over to her on the table. She says, "Oh, well, I want to thank you so much for this." And she leans forward and she says, "Omendron is the best boss in the world." And the magic, this glyph on the rune on the volume sort of glows intensely and then fades out. And she opens up the box and sees everything inside. She says, "Well, I did say that I would give you a finder's fee, and I am good on my word." So she pulls out and drops in front of all of you 5 black diamonds worth I'll have to check the price, but you can tell just by looking at them without taking a jeweler's tool that they would be worth several hundred gold. Well, thank you very much. I assume that not having any particular currency, something a bit more international, will suit you as payment.
Oh, this is fine. If we need gold and just kind of stab at one of these diamonds, don't think we're gonna have that hard of a time finding a seller or buyer.
Indeed.
Yes. So I do appreciate working with things that travel well and last a long time.
Mhm.
As you guys are wrapping up your business with Opal, you can hear the front door open and a bit of a loud bunch of noises. You think you recognize one of them as Jolly. And so as you are heading down the stairs, Opal looks at Jolly and sort of looks him up and down, shape shifts into him, and walks out.
Don't get in too much trouble in that form, Opal.
Waves as the new Jolly just sort of just gives you a wave, doesn't look back, but yeah. So that was your visit from Opal.
5 black diamonds.
Yes, I'm gonna say they're worth 250 each when you guys get them appraised, and you can convert them to gold at any time you would like. So that way, now if you want to
say, Perry's got the jeweler's tools.
Okay. Yes, you can with those assess their value. And this way, if you wanted to do more scrutineering on the Xanathar,
Yeah. Solid chunk of change right there.
All right. Before we get to Jolly, because Jolly is also connected to Frog Force 5, and I'm not even sure how we're going to do all that if you guys want to roleplay some of that out, but I thought we'd maybe work through stuff and kind of leave that at the end. Right. Davil, I don't know if you want to roleplay this out, or I can just kind of give you a summary of what was happening after the offer.
Okay.
Right. So you go back to, he has a message for you sent over to your Yield Haunt, and when you get to the Yawning Portal and meet with him, he describes a person who made a payment to the Zents, to his, what's the particular faction? I forget.
Far.
No. Within, there's a name for their group.
Oh, you mean the Doomstar?
Storm something or whatever? Doom Raiders. That's it.
Doom Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, his Doom Raiders faction. They were paid in basically barrels and barrels of alcohol that has not been produced by any guild dues paying member in Waterdeep. So they're having a difficult time. They've got a lot of supplies. They've got it sort of stashed around the city, but they can't move it because it doesn't have the right tax stamps. And so he wants to make arrangements. He wants you're the second chance to take the cargo to Luskan, where they don't care about that kind of stuff.
Sounds good. You have a plan for actually getting it on the ship?
That he doesn't think should be too much of a problem, because they can dress it up as other cargo. But it's more, sailing into pirate areas. They're less worried about the Waterdeep stuff. They can handle the dock ward. They know when the watch walks, and they have lookouts. That's
and they probably also know how much guard costs.
Yes, they know the official fees, and then they know the wheel greasing fees that you pay. So it's more about whether or not the second chance can take on any problems with pirates if need be, and get to Luskan safely, and then meet their contact in Luskan.
I mean, I have a couple of people who just came back who might be perfect for the job.
Sure, yeah. All right, so that is what Davil needed moved. And so I'll leave that with you. We can kind of let that develop. So that plot point is over. I've got 8 of them, depending on what you guys do, but I have a whole bunch of notes. So that's 2 done. All right. Meeting with Omen Drawn. You have, so I'll kind of maybe kick it back to you all now. Actually, that's 3 done. So there's the Jolly thing you guys can talk about. There's the stone, which I know you did a little bit of scrutineering about. And then there's also, yes, Omen Drawn wants to have a meeting with the franchise, with the accompany the members or whoever wants to
Mhm.
attend at least. Hibara, like walk out after 5 minutes. But I don't want to. I wanted to kind of get those new things out of the way because some of that information might affect other decisions you make down the road. So that was my Yes. So again with this session, until we kind of like cover all the information that I have for you, or that if you want to pursue, I can give you, and that way you have kind of like the most information deciding on what to do and how to go forward. Yeah. All right. So as a team, I don't know if you guys want to have a discussion about what do you want to talk about, what you guys want to deal with next.
I mean, we're still in the 2-week downtime.
Correct.
With the overlap, it might, because we can overlap scrutinying jobs, might not be a horrible idea to scrutineer Undermountain, information about that, and maybe Xanathar, but immediately it is 200 gold every time. But to be honest, with the diamonds, we actually have a bit of spare cash, so that's less of an issue.
Oh, also, Davil promised you 10 for the job.
Yeah. So if that money comes in, we're not gonna. 200 gold really is not gonna make it.
Well, he's gonna pay you 5 up front.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. He's going to pay the second chance basically half as much. Management here. So they get 2,500 up front, and they'll get it if they make it back and did every. Then they'll if they get there and they'll get paid on the other side. They don't have to. But then you'll get paid when they get back. So. Or when the delivery is made, I should say. So, you guys should be fine for if you want to have some fun with money.
So we can definitely do 2 more scrutineering jobs to get info on Xanathar and Undermountain.
And Thelvar can hit up the rumor mill as well. Let's if they make that.
That's. I mean, I'm not going to spoil.
Rumor mill don't know nothing.
Well, and also, like, you're the only franchise in Waterdeep, so you're kind of like people come to you for information on Waterdeep. So
let's see. We'll start with Xanathar. Will be the first roll.
Okay.
23 for Xanathar information.
All right. Yep.
24 technically, because +1 from Documancer, I think.
Oh yes, that is right. You do get your position bonus as well. Yeah.
Do you want me to also roll Undermountain now, or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll Undermountain, because I want to tell you, like, I'll. Okay.
17.
Okay. All right. So y'all talk. I need to do research now.
I mean, information doesn't necessarily need to come in now.
Yes. Yeah, but I need to know, for instance, so you rolled really, really well on the Xanathar stuff. And so I think that you get the full amount, 3 bits of lore from that. And then I have to check on the investigation. So one was Undermountain. Oh, by the way, do you want to be more specific in terms of what you want to know?
Because they're setting up on level 2, so mostly information on level 2 and for level 1, mostly the route to level 2. Also, then general information of things that might be trying to kill us.
Yeah.
For the bit that's going to level 2 and not necessarily every single room of the first level of the Undermountain.
And then the Xanathar one?
Well, we already have a basic map because of Charlie. But if I remember correctly, we are going after a specific person/item. So
your goal was to disrupt Xanathar in some way, and they suggested an attack, for instance, on his lair. But you don't have to make that decision. I mean, if you want to, for instance, if you want it to be something like areas where he might be weak, or areas where they could be exploited, information on that.
I mean, ideally, because we're not beating because we're not going to be beating up Xanathar himself.
Right. You don't need his stats in particular, right?
No, it's more like we're not going after him because that would be very silly of us because we would just die. Probably gonna look for information on like his generals or lieutenants,
Okay.
people we could be going on after whose business we can disrupt, and maybe capture them and get some information out of them as well.
I think I remember I was reading about your options of things you could do. I can find that page while you guys.
Yep, sounds good.
They had some recommendations on way to mess with him, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be fun one, I think.
Okay, right. So these were ways that you can disrupt his world. These fall you can enrage the Xanathar. You know that he's got a pet fish. You've heard that, and if it were stolen or kidnapped, the Xanathar would lose its shit. Let's see. Yes, disrupt his command. Assassinate, for instance, one of his most trusted underlings that you could do scrutineering on, for instance, like who might that be? Or find some way of getting in there and just sowing mistrust, although that might be harder because they're very suspective. So yes, those are kind of some of the things that you could do to disrupt the Xanathar.
I would personally go for the murder, but at the same time, if Mara really wants to adopt a fish,
I mean, yeah, the fish option sounds really good to me.
Okay.
Oh, Kelsey, do you want a fish?
Fish? I heard fish. Fish, fish.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
What
we're
kind of
adopting a
fish?
fish. I think it's a goldfish, if I remember correctly.
Just a regular boring gold. Mara hears freaking goldfish and goes, "We can eat it." I saw this one show that had a really good recipe for goldfish. Come on.
Oh no, that's not a goldfish. Don't remember. I don't actually remember what type of fish it has.
You watched a play about goldfish recipes?
It
Very
wasn't.
strange.
It wasn't a play about goldfish recipes. It was a show about children assassins, and one of the kids was so poor he had to cook goldfish.
I mean, as part of the scrutiny, we really could figure out what fish it is.
It's one of my favorites. If it's a goldfish, she's totally eating goldfish. I love the fish because it's so delicious. Gonna go fishing. I can eat them every day. And my mom says that's okay.
I'm gonna eat little fishy. I'm gonna eat your little fish. I'm gonna eat little fishy because I like eating fish.
All right.
Tell me you guys got the Assassination Classroom reference.
Okay. I have information for you on Undermountain. So, from your scrutineering, you learn that it's not very clear. There seems to be a group operating, or at least building up, that's started to move, but they haven't really. They're kind of, there's not a lot known about them yet. But what people are sure about is on level 1 of Undermountain, Xanathar has a bunch of his sort of, thugs who are there to stop adventurers who want to go farther down. So if you want to get down to level 2, you're gonna have to deal with some unknown group that that seems to be a new group, so there's not a lot of information about it. But Xanathar is definitely on level. And on level 2, there are rumors that there is a tribe of goblins known as the Rustbone tribe. They've been working with some human slavers, and they've turned a bazaar area. They're trying to turn it into a slave market. Which you knew about. And that is happening alongside some skirmishes with the Xanathar Guild, who is also on level 2 and looking to reestablish their control before this market kind of gets out.
I mean, what I'm hearing is if we piss off the Xanathar Guild, forcing them to pull more forces into Waterdeep, Undermountain is going to be less well defended. So, obvious order of operation here.
Yep. That
Yeah.
does
If we
seem
have
like
the
a good
time, at the
order.
very least.
And level 3 is Skullport.
Okay.
Does anyone know what Skullport is?
I know the merchant creates a treasure joker when he comes into play. that's a Magic the Gathering reference, but that's the only context in the way I've heard Skullport is that card. So,
okay, let me just flip to the right page here. And I'll give if anyone wants to, you can roll history with advantage because you are from. Where's the game?
history.
Here we go.
Advantage. 17.
Okay, so yeah, you've lived long enough. Let me get way to the back of the book about Undermountain. 303, all the way back. All right. Skullport is a grim, cutthroat outpost of civilization. Yet few souls of the surface world have any clue how to reach the shadowy reflection of Waterdeep, making any talk of the Port of Shadows akin to a rumor. Or a warning, which is just how its denizens like it. So Skullport, I believe, is... yeah, it is... the island is called... there's a Skullport place, a port, which connects to an island called Skull Island. And atop this island stands a fortress garrisoned by minions of the Beholder Crime Lord, known as... Xanathar.
God damn it, Xanathar! Why the fuck are you everywhere?
He is everywhere. The Xanathar is everywhere.
Just means he's being a good crime boss.
He's very, very crimey and very bossy. Yeah, both of these things are true.
He's exactly the problem.
It's like, you said Skull Island, right? And it's like, Peter Pan, what are you doing at Skull Island? What are you doing in this show?
Was it Skull Island? It's Skullport.
Skullport is like the main entrance of it, and then you have to go out to this, I think, island where the fortress is, and that is, yes, a fortress garrisoned by minions of the dark crime lord known as the Xanathar. It's the town, the Port of Shadows has been claimed or occupied over the year by Durgan, Drow, dwarves, and Kristi, wizards, slavers, and pirates. Currently, the town is under the sway of Xanathar, who has turned the forlorn settlement into a haven for its criminal organization. That is what you know about Skullport and everything else. All right. And the Undermountain stuff, and obviously the Xanathar's very, very vast reach. I will now look up some information specifically on, let's see. Oh, you wanted some information on one of his, okay, had you decided you're going to go for the fish? Yep. You're going to go for the fish.
So that we can find out if it's a goldfish, and if it is a goldfish, I am turning it into sashimi.
Oh, it's a goldfish.
Are we sure? Are we 100% sure?
Absolutely. I can actually probably...
Because if it's a koi, I'm making it I'm giving it a pun.
No, it's canon. It's a goldfish. Definitely a goldfish.
Then I'm making goldfish sashimi.
Okay.
Why? He has the goldfish is like his emotional support animal, right?
Yes.
I'm making goldfish sashimi.
Okay.
And if you have to ask why, then clearly you have never seen Assassination Classroom, in which case you need to watch Assassination Classroom.
I have, but I don't remember specifically the goldfish, apparently.
There isn't a goldfish. The President Poverty, the class president is so poor that when they go to the carnival, they're fishing for he's doing the goldfish game, and he's like, this is gonna make some excellent this is gonna be great. It's gonna feed me for like a week. And they're all thinking he's joking, and then they're like, wait, what? And like they go ahead and like they go over to his house, and they're like, yeah, he made really great goldfish sashimi.
Oh, I'm so disappointed that they don't give me the handout for the Xanathar. But in the book, there is actually like somebody. If you look at the front, well, I guess is it a goldfish? Actually, I'll have to look. Because I'm looking at Xanathar's Guide to Everything, but that's not the Waterdeep one. So let me double check. I will read it out to you, and this will be part of your lore. How about that?
I mean, Xanathar is Xanathar, isn't it? Not more than one Xanathar.
Yeah.
Well, there are.
Yeah, raised goldfish.
Yes.
Apparently it is in fact a goldfish.
Yes.
Okay,
Silgar
awesome.
is his name.
Sildar, yeah.
Yes. Sylgar. Yep. Its its greatest weakness is insane love for its pet fish, Silgar.
And it's not sentient, right?
As
Nope.
much as a fish can be.
Yeah, it's a regular fish.
I mean, have any of us seen American Dad? Because that goldfish is
Yeah, but
Technically, that's a
isn't that
German.
a German scientist stuck in the goldfish body? Yeah.
No, a German Olympian.
Oh yeah, that's an entire joke about they assume he's a scientist.
all I know
No,
it's a goldfish and it's sentient. That's the
Well,
only thing that matters.
It says pet fish. I'll send. And you found it said goldfish somewhere, right?
Yeah, when I looked up, just Googled
Yeah.
Xanathar fish, it gave a bunch of information on the races. That's goldfish.
Yeah, I can take.
So-
I'll take a picture and put it in the Discord of the artwork that I have in my book, and you can see the picture. It doesn't look like a goldfish, but if it says goldfish somewhere, we'll say it's a goldfish. It's not that important.
Also, this says that the goldfish itself has a -5 intelligence, so
Oh, not sentient at all. No.
Nope. Okay, cool. Definitely
Yes.
having goldfish sashimi.
You remember the Animaniacs?
Sweet time for Animaniac, of course.
So you remember the skit "Good Idea, Bad Idea"?
Yes.
mhm.
That's what I feel right now.
Are you kidding? It's more of
I'm
wheel
just
of
like-
morality. Turn. Lesson that we should learn. It's a combination. Are you kidding me?
I'm just sitting here like, dude has his fingers in everything. Emotional support fish,
Yeah.
sashimi. I don't know, guys. This is.
Yeah. I mean,
we're trying to piss him off. That's the point. We want him
I
to
mean, yeah.
do dumb shit so we can abuse it.
there you go. I posted it in the Discord. Should be in the chat, the Dragon Heist chat. See the picture I see.
But yep, I'm
Goldfish.
gonna have
Oh wait,
goldfish.
Yeah,
that looks like a piranha.
I mean, in other pictures it looks less like a piranha, but it's never like classic goldfish at the very least. But I don't know. I feel like goldfish probably has a lot more variance than we're.
They really don't.
Ew, they come in like blues and reds.
And whites and blacks and
Wait,
really
that's the
weird eyes.
goldfish?
Yeah, goldfish. They come in more than just the orange.
Wait,
Mhm.
that's not a fish. That's a
But,
Medusa.
No, in
No,
the
that's
bowl.
Xanathar.
The fucking bowl, not the fucking head. That's Xanathar.
Oh no, that is definitely not. That is a piranha. Being that I owned one as a child, yeah, no, no, that thing got fucking teeth. Fuck that shit.
I mean, other pictures don't show the teeth, and also this one doesn't really show. I think it mostly looks like a piranha because it's weirdly like squashed. Because normally it's supposed to be like longer body shape.
No, that's a piranha mouth. Goldfish don't have that mouth. Like,
I mean, that's mostly the angle because let's see. I'll post the picture of it I found, and that does not look like a piranha at all.
All right. So I
didn't
have.
think I had more Akbar when I first saw that new image.
Also, I don't get why a Medusa head thing
beholder. That's what they're called.
Whatever. It's a Medusa head thing with an eyeball. Would keep
Beholder,
a
yeah.
fish.
A lot of
It's his
eyeballs.
emotional support fish.
It's
Does he cray
nuts.
cray?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
They're all paranoid. That's like the main thing beholders are. They're paranoid and so like virulently powerful they can just like kind of create life on accident.
Mm.
You know that
Only
little.
to get them drunk. It's really fun.
Isn't Xanathar though like clinically insane?
Yes.
Though,
Yes.
like
Yes.
even for a beholder.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
they're all
cool.
incredibly because there's always a you're either on the top or you're dead. So
Yeah.
if they see another beholder, they're just immediately going to battle. And yeah, the current Xanathar isn't actually the original Xanathar.
Mhm.
They just
Yeah,
use it
but-
almost like a
mhm.
title now, like Caesar.
I mean, also beholders have this magical ability to like dream of themselves, create another version of
Yes.
themselves, and then kill themselves.
Yeah. You know, Kelsey, do you remember, or everyone, I guess Perry wouldn't, but when you guys were like way first level and you went looking for Renier and Flume,
Yes.
you ran into these little tiny things that had eyes that had shot
Oh, yeah,
rays out of them.
tasers. Mhm.
Yeah. That's like a little, that was created by a Xanathar dreaming. They just bring them
Mhm.
into existence, and then they use them as minions.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, definitely having fish sashimi.
Yeah, like if you want the Xanathar after you, yeah.
I mean, yes.
Mara, at this point, Mara gives zero shits. Are we forgetting that she's chaotic evil? She hears goldfish and she thinks sashimi.
She's not going to think pet. I thought she would think, another.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Gorko might
Nope.
really like it, though. Gorko might not want her to
I
eat
mean,
it.
Clue was assuming we'd just adopt a fish.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like
okay.
put it nice and central in the bar.
I think
just make
Gorko
it
would love
very
the idea.
obvious.
Oh, Gorko would love a fish. Oh, just something to do. He and the Bobs could look after it. Oh, that would be because you have all of the things that you collected. Oh, Gorko would love a fish.
Okay, if Gorko is coming with us, then there's going to be a problem.
I mean, all of this has been out of character, and
It
all
really
this planning has
has.
been out of character. Well, I mean, like tangentially, but
No, that's part of the chaotic nature. Of
No,
Mara.
actually, we should be doing
like
this. in
no,
character.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, our discussion has been out of character.
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we
So-
haven't been specifically talking about beholders a lot.
No, we have been legit
It's-
having an argument about whether or not this fish
Is a goldfish, yeah.
Is a goldfish.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Clue would barely. I mean, he technically would sort of know what a beholder is, but he definitely wouldn't know like a lot of beholder lore because it's kind of weird and specific.
Yeah. Mara
Even
just
living
heard
in
fish and
Waterdeep with a
went,
big beholder like ruling everything, you probably don't think about just beholder biology all that much.
But Kelsey's it's a lot to catch up on in the background
Mm-hmm.
mythos of the world. So
No, it's totally fine.
So-
But Mara definitely heard fish and just went sushi.
Okay.
I like the Japanese. The Japanese were fun.
all right, so let's move on.
Wait, no.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Before we
yeah,
move on,
yeah.
Because I'm extrapolating that we'd be having this discussion about how to get this fish with each other. in the
That would
party.
be ideal. Yes, actually,
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
first we would gather information on the fish, and
Yeah.
then would plan a way to get the fish.
Yeah. In that planning, because I'm assuming Tabara would be involved in some manner.
You can be in the conference
mean,
room, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of team meeting.
Yeah. So upon the revelation of that this fish is like important to Xanathar himself, and that he's super crazy about it, she would just suggest she can be a fish.
I mean, not to the level Xanathar wouldn't notice.
Are you sure? He's crazy, right?
I mean, he has a lot of eyes, and he's very paranoid. Like, he would probably notice. Also, I don't know, but if he does notice, you're just fucking dead. Also, we're trying to piss him off, so we want him to think his fish is gone. unless you have like a good idea for somehow assassinating him, which I doubt. We
Yeah,
really
it's
just want
called.
to take his
We're
fish.
gonna have him go into like cardiac arrest over panic attack through a panic attack because I'm gonna eat his fucking fish.
But
Yeah, exactly how are you planning to sneak into a beholder's lair and steal its fish?
well, that's
Well,
the whole point of what we're
that's
doing.
why we're
That's what
gathering
we're
information.
doing.
But Habaru just point out, like, why do we need? Wouldn't it be better if he wasn't angry with us?
I mean, not exactly. We're trying to
Wouldn't-
disrupt him, so the madder he gets, the more likely he is to do something fucking dumb.
But wouldn't it be better if he was with us?
You're not gonna fucking convert Xanathar to our side. Like, he's kind of in charge already and against us.
But what if I was this fit?
Ooh, psychological warfare. I like it.
I'm telling you, he's not just gonna not notice that you swapped that for his fish, and then he's just gonna kill you.
But
Yeah, but if people
doesn't his fish
Mm.
die like all the time? Because it's a fish.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Xanathar actually might just have a way to make his fish immortal, to be entirely frank. As you know, Beholder.
I'm going to, since Jolly is back, Clue, I'll
Mhm.
let you I'll take over Jolly.
Mhm.
And if you want to do a history check, if you know, presuming that you guys have Jolly and you whatever you do with Frog Force Vice, we'll figure that out. But yeah, go ahead and give me a check because he might have some insider information he could give you.
History check as Jolly or as Clue?
As Jolly, because he had the links to the Xanathar Guild.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Didn't you say with advantage though?
Yes, because he was
So
a
it'd
member
be
of the
10?
guild. Yeah. All right.
I mean,
So
it's not that great, but
it's better than a 1.
yeah.
Jolly pipes up that he heard rumors that every once in a while there's a request from the bigger ups upstairs to go out and buy a certain kind of fish. And a whole bunch of people like are sent out to clear out the fish shops in Waterdeep of like this kind of specific fish and then bring them all back. And then like most people have to return theirs or just dump them or have them as sushi. But there seems to be like this every once in a while a call goes out and it's all hush hush, like go give me some fish. And you're not supposed to talk about it. But there seems to be like, I don't know, some kind of weird fish racket going on. But it's not the Xanathar. It's like his lieutenants who are doing these things. And that's the rumors he's heard.
And if you know the lore enough, you know why.
Something weird with that fish, with the fish going on. Yeah, every once in a
I mean, in that case, we could do more. No, but at that point, that fish is already dead.
Wouldn't that complicate things if we just steal it and they've got like a pile of fish?
I mean, I think it's mostly about sending the message, taking the fish, also making sure to take the bowl, or at least something that makes it obvious that we got his fish. Then
Well,
just
if they're
being
going
very
around
public.
buying all the fish, then surely they'd buy bowls too. You can't just like carry those around out in the open. They'd
Yeah, but he
die.
probably has a special bowl for his fish. Probably
I
not
just
put
wanna
him in
eat
some kind of fucking
sashimi.
pleb bowl.
while.
Yeah, you already posted the picture of the bowl in the chat.
hmm
Wait, are we talking? Wait, hold on.
It's
Are
that
we?
sealed bowl.
Shit.
That's from
Are we?
one of the
are we-
covers for Xanathar's guide.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I'm looking at
are
it
we-
right now. It's actually the book that's facing me. I'm looking at Xanathar grinning at his fish, just loving his fish. Like, oh, you're so pretty.
That is like the creepiest thing in
Yeah,
the
it
whole
is.
entire world.
Yeah, I mean, we just steal the bowl and then be very public out about the fact how we have his fish, and then he gets really bad. I mean, that's just how it works.
Okay, we'll let Clue do that.
But wouldn't it be better? I still think it'd be better to replace them.
Are you gonna pretend to be a beholder's fish for like weeks on end, Ibarra?
Maybe.
Also-
How long do your wild shapes last? Is it an hour per level?
Not that long.
She can keep it currently for I think 8 hours at a time per day.
That's not enough to keep hanging out with Xanathar.
Mm,
Look,
Yeah.
unless you think you have a way to just like sneakily kill a beholder, that strategy is not gonna work. Which, to
But-
be honest, if you do, tell me.
he's crazy.
So wait. So okay.
He's still a beholder.
So what I'm starting to think your plan is turn into a fish, go into the bowl, then turn back into a human, pretend you were a human all along. Oh well, elf.
Well,
So then you can convince that Xanathar that his fish was you all along. But then he has to listen to you, and somehow none of its lieutenants notice.
well, we can just kill them afterward. The point is to make him our friend. Or my friend, because I'd be the fish.
Don't think that works on the beholder.
Okay, are we in character? Are we out of character? I am so confused.
Kind of fell into character.
Okay.
Ibarra is confusing. I don't
No,
blame you.
Habara isn't confusing me. It's you. Are you in character right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still confused as to why we're wanting to mess with the beholder's fish.
Because we want to piss him off.
So the goal,
I-
if you remember, a part of the agreement for Hibara's continued freedom, and also a condition for getting her Asbo bracelet taken off, is you have to do a service for the city. And the service that you were assigned was to find a way to seriously disrupt Xanathar's operations in Waterdeep.
Now just imagine, guys. Imagine Habara infiltrates Xanathar by becoming his fish. And
Well,
when he does-
everyone first. I don't
Well,
think I could infiltrate by myself. Well, maybe.
Oh yes. Well,
Yeah,
we infiltrate by kidnapping the fish. I get my sashimi. Habara becomes the fish, and every single time, like every so often, like she lights shit on fire and becomes the fish again. And it just makes him lose his goddamn mind because he's already paranoid, but he's not going to think it's the fish because the fish is his BFF forever. And he slowly loses his mind.
All of that assumes a massively powerful beholder or all of the people working for him don't notice this is happening. Otherwise, you just kill Hibara.
Don't
Right.
beholders also have true sight?
So they know that it would be Habara.
I mean, does Tresendor work on bullshit?
I don't think that does.
Mm-mm. No, it's not like any kind of illusion.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would come into play. I'm trying to think, you guys had all right, I will remind you of something you already know. All right, which was the
Who turned the lights?
creature that was working for
Actually, I just looked
Yeah.
it up. True
Yeah, go
sight
ahead.
can't see through wall cheap because it sees the true form of something.
Oh,
Any wall cheap,
okay.
that's
Oh,
still-
all right.
But
Okay.
why would he
Mhm.
use true sight?
Oh no,
on
he
his
just
face?
has it. He just has it. He just has
He's a
true sight.
beholder.
Yeah, it's a
Each of his
beholder thing.
eyes sees in a different
But
mode.
why would he?
So he
so-
sees everything all the time.
Oh, okay. So he just uses. Wait.
It's
All
a
right,
passive
hold on.
ability.
Do we-
He's
Who's
literally
always on?
made out of magic eyes.
But do
It's
we?
like
Hold
Yes, he
on.
is.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Does Clue know this, or does Yella know this?
Hmm.
Okay, I mean,
I
you
think
want me to do a
Felvar, who trained as a
Mm.
monster hunter, would likely know this.
Okay.
yeah. So you can tap
So Yella,
into.
shut up.
So, but it is true that like whatever I think reasonably like you wouldn't be able to answer Mara's questions about beholders based on your studies. So you would actually know quite a lot about their abilities, their weaknesses, or at least this Xanathar's weakness. So
Only one allowed to talk is Stelvar or Habara, who's trying to do the goldfish thing. But yeah, Clue, keep your mouth shut. You know nothing.
I mean, he still knows beholders have a bunch of eyes and
Yeah,
they are
that doesn't
very
help
deadly.
me.
Like, he's not just gonna let Hibara be there alone to fucking die.
No, but not helpful.
I mean, I consider not letting your friends die very
I'm
helpful.
gonna bite you.
Kristi, did you turn on some dynamic lighting or something
where?
On the map.
on the map? Because now Jolly is a light source.
Jolly is a beacon
apparently.
of light. You don't get
Oh,
light anymore.
That's just the afterglow.
Wait, why'd the lights go out?
I didn't.
Did someone delete
decided
Jolly?
to move into the ether.
Yeah, lights.
I just decided to move
Bring
Jolly.
Jolly back.
I just
You don't
created a.
deserve his light.
I did create because Jolly, when he describes to you the Xanathar thing, I just created a page for you to draw your own map, but I didn't do anything to Jolly. I wasn't even on that page, so I don't know what happened. That's just the afterglow of his hookup. That's why he's glowing.
Who turned out the lights?
I mean,
doesn't.
he should be back.
It doesn't say dynamic lighting is on. I'm
Who
looking.
turned out the lights?
Page details. Nothing. Dynamic lighting is off on the whole page.
What happens if you turn off Jolly as a light source?
But there's still Lee Jolly. Oh, good.
Where did he go? I saw him
He's in
moving.
He's in the
Tavern
center
is
of the
over.
circle.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty easy to find. He has a literal spotlight on him.
Okay. I can see everything. Is that worse?
He's just very dim now.
That is very worse.
What is up with Roll20 that it would do this? Why is Jolly the god of light?
So what if you make him a really big light source? Like
Okay. Let me make
300
it.
foot.
Now he's not
Yeah.
emitting any
I have
light.
to ask, why can't they see anything?
Dynamic
It's
lighting is
all black
absolutely
now.
off. All right, I will make him the
Yeah,
biggest light
lighting's
source.
absolutely off, and now it's all dark. There's no light at
That's
all.
just so dumb. That's so dumb. All
Who turned
right.
out the
So
light?
interesting thing is, like, Kermit and Miss Kugri and stuff are all above the dark layer, and like Clue isn't. Clue's just hidden into the fog.
There
somewhere.
we go.
Yay, we can see.
Yay!
That's-
Hey!
Nothing
I'm
on
no
my
longer
screen
in an
changed.
episode of Clue. Or no, sorry, I'm no longer in an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'm looking at the page settings, and dynamic lighting is 100% off. What I could do is put it on daylight mode.
well, you just did something a moment ago because it's back to normal.
It's back to normal now.
Okay, I turned it on daylight mode. No, I made a Jolly
that
I made Jolly a light that was. That's what I did.
Oh, okay, that was
that's
it then.
probably what fixed it. Yeah.
So now turn off Jolly's light and hopefully it's working again.
Yes, that's
No
what
one
I'm
delete
hoping.
Jolly from the page.
Putting Jolly in this back at the
Yep.
Anyway, back to the discussion.
All right, you're all right.
I still think that yes, I still think that it would be safer to disrupt the Xanathar activities without messing with the beholder.
I mean, we can go and kill one of his lieutenants, but on the other hand, fish. Huh? Huh?
I want to
as I
see
say,
me.
Clue, if you want to go into the beholder's lair and steal the fish, you're welcome to try.
I mean, I can't go invisible, and I am pretty cool. So, you know.
his
I
eyes?
don't think that will work.
Oh, yeah. True sight beats invisibility as well. I'm pretty sure.
Indeed.
It's good to have a monster hunter on the team.
Especially when you have a know-it-all behind a character who knows nothing.
I mean, Clue knows some things.
But not the things that Yella knows.
No, not the extent of it at the very least.
Nope.
Or yes, maybe take out a lieutenant or two would be preferable.
Are there any
I
big
wanted,
named ones?
I wanted sushi.
I
We
mean,
can get
it's
sushi
Waterdeep.
anyway.
You can't just get fish. Like you can buy fish. There's a lot of fish. There's Port Town. That's fish.
Yeah, but this would have been fresh fish and
I mean, you
probably
can
well
go
taken
fish.
care of
It's
fish.
still a
Would have
Port
been
Town.
really fatty. Oh, it would have been
It's
delicious.
goldfish. I don't think goldfish is as fatty.
Yeah, but it
Mara,
would have been well taken care of.
half an hour walk that way, and you're at the port where all the fishing vessels come in.
Yeah, but this would have been
It's-
special fish.
I mean, it's a crime, really. You just wanted the taste of the crime.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to eat a beholder or whatever the fuck that is. That kind of fish. I wanted to eat a beholder's fish. That would have been fun.
That may be, but it wouldn't be fun obtaining it.
Pooh. Y'all know fun.
At least not until we got a bit stronger, of course.
So I ask again, are there any big named lieutenants down there?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's one of the things we would be researching before going there now, wouldn't we? We're arguing about what.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I was going to say, if you wanted that to be one of your pieces of lore, with an assist from Jolly from his background to see, I can give that to you as one of your lore piece of information if you wanted.
I mean, the thing is, we want to figure out what we're doing first,
Exactly.
so we get lore relevant to the thing we're
Correct.
actually gonna be doing.
Correct. So just
Yeah.
remind you.
As a player, I know which lieutenant we'd want to target, but
As a character,
the character, no. But yes.
That's why you're scrutineering. Yeah,
Mhm.
for that.
Yep.
So probably first piece of lore we want is the best target, and the other two would be about how to actually target them. But first of all, we're all in agreement for doing the lieutenant or like commander thing, taking out one of his henchmen, or more important than henchmen, I guess, man.
preferably his most powerful and influential one, yes.
Well, most powerful, influential one we can actually, take down. Because, Centaur probably has a couple of people who could kick our ass.
Idea.
Mhm.
How about we take out the lieutenant and make it look as if the slavers did it?
Ooh, that's smart. I like
I
that idea.
mean, if the lieutenant happens to be in Undermountain, that would work.
Indeed.
Two
Two birds, one stone.
I mean, I guess we need to figure out if there's any lieutenants in Undermountain first, which I guess means figuring out who his lieutenants are and where they are.
Well, if that's where Xanathar is based, I would imagine there would be.
I
Too
mean,
bad we don't know anybody who knows anything. And she glares at Mara glares at Jolly, going just kind of going, "You are useless."
Jolly, which lieutenant did you serve under again?
Well, the one that I didn't deal with him directly, but there are basically two trusted underlings for the Xanathar. One has his base, his headquarter, like his he's got quarters. He lives and operates there, and the one that's Amerigo, AHMAERGO, Amerigo. Then there's also another one, but I don't think he stays around. That's Nazca. Nazca Urgray. He's the other trusted lieutenant. But as I said, here in Waterdeep, the only one who has physical quarters is Amerigo.
Yeah, probably gonna be the best target then. So, want to figure out as much as we can on that guy then, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, knowing the names was a piece of lore.
Yeah. So, what we probably want as well as a general, or as specific of a layout we can get as a lore piece
Yes.
of his lair.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do this with a combination of you and Jolly, and him like getting some of this information for you. So I've just moved you over to a map because I thought
Black Void.
is it another black void? Okay, thank you for telling me. I will make that daylight as well. Oh, that would just automatically give it daylight. And Corey, you're especially good at like drawing using the drawing tool, right? You seem to be able to make squares and things.
Yeah. I mean,
I can do
as much
that
as a
well.
black void is possible.
I mean, you should be able to see it now, right? It should be gray. Is that right?
I'm loading.
Well, maybe if I drop the bar in.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, it's gray now.
Okay, does everyone else see it, or do you each have to drop your characters in? This is so silly.
Reloading real quick.
Am I the only one seeing black?
I
No.
just see black.
All right, I'll move your
Yeah.
characters over.
Who is just taken by the void? He's in there.
I've dropped Thelvar on the map, but I still don't see anything.
Oh,
Eesh.
I like because there's 2 Thelvars.
dang it! I keep clicking the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Settings,
that'll
dynamic
probably
lighting.
be because I did it twice because I didn't know if I did it right the first time.
All right,
And that's
how
why
about-
it didn't show up.
Yep, now he's great.
Yes. Okay. Now it's great.
Thelvar and an upside down clue.
Yeah, upside down
I see
clue.
darkness and I see gray.
Do you want me to
I
try
don't
new?
see sunny days.
Why is clue upside down?
I was bored, so I turned him upside down for a second.
Oh, okay. You can have him back if you want. You can
Does
have
not
him.
look
To the
hipster,
right.
yes.
Oh, I see tokens.
I see tokens.
I don't
Now, do I add
see
one of
any.
my tokens?
Oh. I want everything in beige.
All right. Jolly's like, well, all right. Here's my idea for getting y'all in. One, I can show you the entrance to the lair. I can take you to that part of town, and it's in the castle board and some sewers, and I can get you down there. Once you're down there, they do have on every Thursday night, and I just make that up. The pit of blood and fortune. It's a tournament. It's basically, a fighting tournament. And Amergo is actually the one who presides over those fights. And if that's who you want to target, that's a place that you can know he'll be. So, if I can try to remember, now I'm going to have to kind of, describe it. So he kind of closes his eyes and pictures, we just map out how to get where we're going. Right.
I hear a very angry bird in the background.
I don't know. I've got my noise canceling headphones on it.
It was in the audio. It's not even me.
Okay. Why?
I heard it too.
Okay,
Mhm.
yay. I'm not hearing things.
Oh, this is really frustrating. I'm trying to find the number 1 on a map, and there. Okay, all right. Okay, so he kind of closes his eyes. He says, "Okay, so first there's a staircase. You go down the sewers, and then behind the sewers there's a secret door. I'll show you where that is. And this is the Waterdeep entrance. If you don't take this entrance, then the only way to get to this location is through Skullport. So once you get down the stairs, you're going to come to a really big hallway. So if you start in the middle of the page, you kind of and then draw like a small square for the foyer. And that's kind of like facing east-west. If you're facing west, you walk out into this longer hallway, and the hallway runs north-south. It's like 15 feet across. And I don't know, maybe 30, 35 feet long. We were always forced to kind of head north to the end of the hallway. Then you head back east to a narrow hallway, maybe 5 feet. This is where we all had to go kind of single file. And then after about 20, 25 feet, that opened up into another bigger area, kind of like the same big hallway, 15 feet by, 30 feet. And then that, if you headed south, took you to the staircase to the entrance. of the pit of blood and fortune. And that's like a big dome room, big oval room. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 40, 50 feet across. All right, I can't draw this freehand, but I'm going to try. I was hoping that Corey would be doing this along the way. But basically what he sketches out is something like this. That's where the stairs are.
I was about to ask you to start from the pit backward.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. From the pit, some kind of like, this is the entrance with the staircases coming through, kind of rounds out, some kind of hallway goes down this way. This comes up like that, and like this. Yeah. Along this way. Comes back this way. Alright. This bigger room here. Bigger space like that. And then this area, there's like a door here, but we weren't allowed to go in there. So just come up around here, make your way around, and into the pit area. And they would do that for the tournaments. Beyond that, I don't know, but at least you could get in from there and sneak around if you wanted to. That's as far as I was ever able to get, and I only went 2 times. But if you're looking for Amerigo, he oversees those. He oversees those. That's his his dwarves. Sorry, 2 dwarves, or one of them, his major. Oh, it's his major domo. His major domo, basically.
Okay. So then for our last piece of information, do we want more information about the fight and how to maybe get in there to infiltrate, or about our target personally and any weaknesses he may have?
I want weaknesses.
We don't know. That's why we have to look into them.
I know, that's what
That's her vote.
That's my vote. I want weaknesses. I want to know the weaknesses. I know I don't know them, but I want weaknesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other people's votes?
Vote for weaknesses as well.
This fighting pit is in the city.
Under the city. It's in his lair. You have to go down the sewers and then down a secret tunnel underneath the city to get to it.
Oh, was it in the Undermountain?
No, it's not exactly an Undermountain, but it's kind of adjacent or in the neighborhood.
Yeah, what's weaknesses?
You can go down through, Skullport and kind of find one more entrance that'll like drag you, eventually put you in the same location. So.
Okay, so I guess we're doing weaknesses.
All right, let me have a look at his stats, and I'll tell you. I'll see if there's anything that kind of seems reasonable that you could find out. So, yeah, you guys want to discuss anything else though in the meantime?
I mean, this is gonna take 2 weeks. Practically speaking, we're gonna probably want to do the Stone of Glow first. Because out of like metagame reasons, it's stopping us from leveling up. So definitely a thing we want to address. For the rest, 2 weeks of potential downtime activities in case anybody wants to do anything.
Yeah, I say we do the Stone of Galore, then we go into Undermountain to infiltrate the slavers to steal some things. Head out, go kill Amergo and the 2 dwarves. And plant some of the things we stole from the savers at the scene of where we kill Amergo.
Assuming the murder goes clean enough to do that, that sounds like a great plan. For the rest, Stone of Galore. Because I think we just need to ask the stone for the remaining 2 clues to just find where he needs to go. So we probably want to think of a plan how to do that in a way that doesn't end up with fucking with Telvar's memories too much. Just to be sure.
Agreed.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's basically it outside of, downtown stuff. Well, we still want to check what Frogforce 5 wants to do. Because I've sort of set up them going onto the ship and making that their base, but that's not a choice I get to make on my own. So yeah. You guys think of anything that still needs to be addressed?
Oh, we could set them up on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that gives us a bit more freedom in like where adventures take place.
Also, I feel like Nez being a pirate and, Kermit
Yeah.
being a frog would probably not mind being more waterbound.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think we're going to be doing Frogforce 5 for a bit, so we can always talk that over a bit more in the
You're meeting with
Discord
Omen.
and have a...
Yeah,
Oh,
and you're meeting
yeah.
with Omen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yeah.
And the only other downtime stuff was Salvar's stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought
mean,
we would go to. You mean going to collecting your rents?
Collecting rent and the inheritance.
Okay, so yeah, I think ideally that's going to be a leaving Waterdeep thing. So
yeah,
I don't think. Yeah. Oh, and if
after we're done.
Oh, right, Thelvar, were you going to spend your? I'll give you the information after this. So remind me in case I forget. I'm about to give you your information on Emergo, but. Did you want to spend the downtime activity making potions of underwater breathing?
Yeah.
With the materials, and then what kinds? I think I gave you options for how much you could either do, like a superior with more time, or common and different ingredients and a timetable. So did you have an idea?
Let's go for the superior.
Okay, I think I put and I recommended Fala because she sells potions already, so it seems like a natural kind of business link between Fala and your business. But if you have another plan for it, you can actually use it yourselves or whatever else. But yeah, I didn't want to like force that on you. I just wanted to make that like an option. So So are you okay with making a business arrangement with Fala?
Yep.
Okay. Then whatever amount of money I said you get, what is it, like 400? And it's times 2. You get 2 potions at 400 gold, and she's going to move them on for 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, part of your downtime activity then, instead of going out to collect your inheritance, will be spent making these potions and getting the party, or yourself, I don't know, like 800 gold. So, or dragons, in this case.
I mean, he still needs to pay off that goddamn ring.
Okay. Right, Emergo. Yeah, so you use your scrutineering, kind of like try to, now that Jolly's told you about the pit of blood and pain or whatever it was, it's on a different page already. You have been able to get stories about people who are there, and you weren't able to get much information. Actually, you couldn't get any information on his weaknesses, but you did get the following information. He carries a big ass great axe, and he can swing that thing like 3 times in 6 seconds.
So watch out for the fucking whirlwind axe.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe I'm giving you information on your weakness.
I mean, giving us information on the other's potential dangers is also...
Yes. Yeah. It's an advantage. I looked through his stat block. I'm like, there aren't any weaknesses here I can give
but
him.
if he has high burst damage, we probably either want to but that's not really gonna work in these circumstances. So we would either want to kind of filter him at range to stop him from doing all that much damage up close, or just find a way to burst him down with, to be honest, 2 rogues. Not impossible if we can get close to him without being directly hostile, and then just 2 rogues just DPing him. That's not something a lot of people will easily survive. Well,
Mara's cursing because she's she's all about being in range. She's like, well, fuck.
I mean, thing is great axe. It's slashing damage, so you get on rage into half that. While Clue, having 3 attacks come his way, is just gonna crumple if he's a bit unlucky. So,
True.
Well, that's definitely the kind of guy you want to approach, at least tactically.
Uh-huh. And with Mirror Image, Thelvar can kind of be a backup tank.
Also, you learn he's a dwarf too. So what you would know about dwarves, for instance, you would also obviously apply to
dark vision, decent calm, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I mean, that strategy we have is get up and close to him in a way that's not hostile, and then Perry and Clue just stab him and hope he dies before he gets an attack off. Which, to be honest, roll crits, entirely possible.
All right, so I don't think you guys don't have to do exact planning on the Xanathar yet, but you've got a direction on what you're going to do in that case. You mentioned the stone. Yes, Thelvar. During your work, you can kind of feel it. It's always sort of been there. You can feel like this entire time. You often forget that you have attuned to the stone, but every once in a while you're aware of being watched. You can feel it kind of behind your eyes. Never really saying anything, never really moving, but sometimes you just feel like you're seeing for 2.
And
And
that's why Thelvar's staying away from any discussions about the Stone of Galore.
Yes, but one afternoon it does pop into your mind and saying, well, you're back in Waterdeep, getting
I
to
will
be...
say that on the way back, as we were approaching Waterdeep, Var would have told Thelvar that if the stone starts doing anything, you come get me immediately.
Okay, so it starts whispering to you, Thelvar. What would you like to do?
Hello?
Yes, you have the keys. They've been in your possession for a while. Eventually you're going to want to know what to do with them. But I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Well, I've learned everything I have to learn from you. I've gleaned all your memories, learned more interesting things from behind your eyes, but you've given me everything I really could find interesting, and I think it's time for me to move on. I think your friend Clue would be interested in trading some information.
Okay, let me go find Clue.
Oh, and don't forget to get Habara. Don't forget she told you if we were going to talk, she wanted to be there. I remember.
Thelvar goes to find them. Clue? Habara, the stone is talking. It wants something, and I don't think you're going to like it.
Oh, I never ever liked what that thing wants. Off with it.
It wants to piggyback in your mind.
Fucking with me, right?
Unfortunately not.
Tell Clue it's time that he knows where his sister is and what hunts her.
He says it's time you learned where your sister is and what hunts her.
The girl is always more fucking trouble than she's worth. It's the only way.
Vara's going to push Clue out of the room.
Hey, what the? Okay then. Jesus. I mean, Clue wasn't resisting actively.
Okay, good.
Because he knocked out the room.
She pushes him out of the room, like she goes with him and shuts the door behind him. Then she reaches in her bag, fumbles around for a bit, pulls out some metallic dust and throws it in his face.
Jesus, what the? It's my fucking eyes.
Then she slaps him on the chest and the dust bursts into flames. And now you're protected from evil.
Okay.
So you can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by any aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiends, or undead.
Great. Still gonna be fucking with my memories though. Guess Clue is just gonna.
Oh, and you have any saving throws against them with advantage as well.
Also, can I point out that thing only lasts for 10 minutes and it takes me an hour to attune to the stone?
Yeah, it's fine. She can do it more. It's literally level
While
1
he's
spell.
attuning to it, just continuously throwing dust at him.
Pretty much.
Okay, guess Clue is going to start attuning to the stone.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Well, first, Elvar, I am going to need a wisdom saving throw from you, and it is going to be very high.
Try.
See how this goes.
I don't have a great wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. All right. So as you hand the stone over, you can feel it almost like it's an energy, even though it still sort of is like linked to the stone. You can feel energy almost like a being moving from your mind back into the stone as you hold on to it. And as you do, as it sort of pulls itself, it detaches from your memory, your brain. You start feeling like your memories of your conversation with it being pulled at as well. It's almost like it's trying to remove its presence from your memory. However, in the course of it, you make an effort to really hold on to the conversations you had with it and the information you got from it. And you especially hold on to the information like about the curse in your family and the information, because that is the most precious thing to you. And eventually, as it leaves, you have some fuzzy memories around the edges, but the information that's most important to you, you retained. All right. So,
Stone.
Clue, you're going to spend an hour attuning.
So he's just like holding on to this thing as he's like attuning to it, and the whole time just thinking, don't want things fucking with my mind. This is.
Oh, while Hibara is dusting, literally.
Just try and keep it out as much as you can while getting the info you need. Don't let it fuck with you.
So as it attunes, so you hold the stone and you feel an energy almost like push its way through your skin into your veins, and it sort of slides up. You can feel its force, cold, shimmery, until it gets to your brain. And once it's there, your mind is an explosion of things that you haven't thought about in years. Things from your memory that you hadn't even realized you'd remembered people you talked to, conversations you had, places you'd been experienced, you had dreams you had. And it's just happening like your life on flash forward. It's almost like your life is flashing before your eyes. Sounds and smells and emotions, experiences, being on the waves, being in a cart, and then suddenly it all sort of ends. And you're just back to where you were, but there is a presence. Now, you can feel it in the back of your mind. And it says, "Hello, Clue. It's so nice to be here. Thank you very much for attuning to me."
With the chit chat, just give me the information on getting where you need to be.
Well, first, as I promised, I will give you the information you need to open the door to the Vault of Dragons. Now that you have attained the keys in the form of the black diamonds, you will need 3 black diamonds. When you approach the door, you will see look like almost stone drawers that you can pull open. If you open each one and put the diamonds inside and close them again, a light inside the door activates, and if the light bounces off the black diamonds in the right way, the door will open. Once you get inside, know that you can use the stone drawers. You can pull them through on the opposite side of the door to withdraw the stones, and when you put an empty drawer, black closed, it locks again. So you can lock yourself into the room, or you can lock it as you leave. The other person you will need to deal with is Araxnis, who inhabits the vaults and guards its treasures. I've only heard the name, not met Araxnis. But be prepared, when you enter the vault, you will not be alone. But that's not really the information you're looking for, is it, Clue?
It's the information I'm here for, but it's not the information that's gonna get you inside my head now, is it?
No. And in fact, I see that you've met one of the characters in the story. The mage, Dagalt's mage. Old Brandith. That's the guy that you tracked down in the last episode? The one who forged the stone. He had an interaction with your sister, but I feel like I should start at the beginning, because that's where she started, when she told him her tale. And it starts with the two of you saying goodbye on her way to visit Blue Alley.
I mean, I assumed she wouldn't find it, but
oh, she did. Oh, she did. She did. It's right here in Waterdeep. And she went in on her own. She met up with a group of young adventurers working for a relatively new outfit called Dran Enterprises. They went through the puzzle, shall we say, the challenge of Blue Alley, and managed to acquire a quite powerful magical item. Their successful trip through it. Deck of many things.
no fucking way.
To celebrate, they went to the Yawning Portal. Sat very close to the table where Yara likes to do her arm wrestling, actually. And after a few rounds, their judgment got less of the better of them, or was impaired, and they decided that to celebrate, they were all going to draw a card from the deck at the same time. So, in their drunkenness, fanned the deck out. They picked one at random. All 5 of them put their fingers across the edge of the card, and they pulled out together, weal or woe. They would do it as a group. They pulled out the Flames card. Do you know the Flames card?
Nope. The deck of many things is a kind of stuff you want to know as little as possible about, because it never goes well.
All right. All right. Do you want to consult? I mean, I don't know how much of this you're telling the rest of the party.
I mean,
I assume his
I feel
responses
like-
are out loud.
I mean, most of them he would probably, but definitely say, "You fucking idiot!" Definitely, he did yell that out loud.
I'm just wondering if you would know if Thelvar would know about the Deck of Many Things.
I mean, the Deck of Many Things is like a famous item, so Clue would know it exists.
Correct.
Wouldn't like know every detail about it because he's never seen one. He's never seen anyone who's seen one.
Yes.
But it's like the kind of thing you hear stories about because it makes incredibly weird, wacky shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to ask your friend if he knows what the Flames card in the Deck of Many Things signifies?
Who's just gonna breathe in, breathe out. Look at Thelvar. Thelvar, do you know what the flame card means?
Yes.
And
It's, basically, it makes an enemy of a powerful devil.
oh, fuck! Oh, God, fucking! Oh, God. Oh. Of course.
This feels familiar.
And the only way to escape it is either you die or the devil does.
I'm not dying for your
Yes.
sister, Clue. I refuse.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Not doing it.
You wouldn't happen to know the devil is pissed off now, do you?
Of course I do. Yes.
Please.
In that
please don't.
moment, the eyes of the gates of hell focused on a small corner table in the yawning portal, and 5 mortals were spotted by Zariel. Zariel found your sister of a special interest, being a divine soul sorcerer.
Well, it's at least not the one I was worried about, but Zariel might actually be worse, because she is very stabby.
Sounds like my kind of devil. Can I make friends?
I mean, she's a fallen angel, so...
So is my father. Your point?
Yeah, but she's like very, very much about stabbing demons and very against chaos. So,
Well, and I hang back, and she meets Mara.
And technically,
with
she's
chaos.
only
The
your
problem
sis-
is with chaos.
Oh.
Technically, she is only your sister's enemy, not yours. But yeah.
You know how sisters are. They always make any of their enemies your enemies somehow.
Yep. Same with brothers.
Mm.
I have this one. He's terrible. Every time he goes writing, people tend to go.
Also, I don't think Mara is there. I'm pretty sure it's just Mara with Thelvar there. I don't think Mara is in the room.
Where
unless
are
she
you
just,
guys?
Probably
Don't think Mara can sneak in.
Yeah.
unless you just like, where the fuck are you guys? And just walked into the room. Just
Oh, she
acted like
totally
everything was
did.
normal.
She totally did. She had a feeling that shit was going on that she was going to be interested in. You know, Mara. Mara's just like, I want to be in the room where it happened.
Also, we would have to grab the stone off of her because she was holding on to it. So yeah, she would actually be there and be aware of all this.
And
Yeah,
Perry would have
fishing
heard the
it-
swearing,
and
I'm
fishing
sure.
it out.
Mhm.
And fishing it out of the jar of vinegar.
Yep. No,
Mhm.
out of the jar of alcohol. It's still alcohol. Because it hadn't been oxygenized yet. Yes.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I mean-
as long as it's sealed, it doesn't turn into vinegar yet.
Yes, tell
I don't
Mara
think-
I prefer the 15-year scotch.
Yeah, and I don't think scotch actually turns into vinegar.
Yeah, that's its preference.
Yeah, if it's distilled, it's too high alcohol for bacteria to get in, and you need bacteria to actually convert it. Well-
Just for reference, Perry will be at a table playing cards with Jolly, Nez, and anybody else who wants to play cards. So
Bob.
Not interested in this fucking garbage at all.
I'll say that you guys are in the conference room playing, so you can hear that there's drama. You can hear Clue in the hallway swearing, "Oh, fuck!"
A fucking moron! Jesus.
And no one just realized that Mara just made a reference to the fact that Death is her brother.
I mean,
Oh.
I did, but Habar
I
doesn't.
mean,
Bart's
mean,
the only
Clue-
one who realized.
I mean, Clue just has learned to ignore half of what Mara says at this point because it's not relevant to his life at all.
I think if Nez heard Mara say that, Nez would be interested. Perry is just, that's more chaos.
Mhm.
I don't need that right now.
Well, whatever it is, my sister is not a current issue. So that's.
Oh, don't you want the rest of the story?
There's more to this story.
Yes, it's been years.
You say my sister isn't dead yet.
Oh, no. Well, once the eyes of the demon came upon them, it's almost like a force bomb landed. They could almost feel the evil noticing them. The whole bar went still and looked at them. They immediately realized they needed to get somewhere safe. And so they appealed to the head of Dran Enterprises, who made arrangements and has been keeping them hidden and safe, away from the eyes of Zariel, while they build up their strength and their power. Because, you see, your sister, of particular interest, wants to find a way out. And she has been building up her powers, and she's been doing research, which brought her a few months ago to Waterdeep. Now, I should also say, once they realized the demon had noticed them, that the advice given to Dran, the head of Dran, was to cut off all ties with anyone, because the demon could come looking to find her through people she knew about. And so she had to abandon all of her ties, including to her dear brother, in order to keep you safe.
Aw, that's nice.
So she's been working with Dran Enterprises, working her way up the chain of command, and she's now respectably upper management. Not the upper echelons, but lower upper management. And was in Waterdeep to talk to Uld, to learn information and lore, and also to scout Kolot Towers. Apparently, according to Uld, she's found a way, she thinks, to save her life and free her from the curse. But she can't go to hell, because that would be Zariel's territory, so she is hoping to lure her someplace safe. And her research indicated there's some place, some zone you can access through Kolot Towers. And it's not in Waterdeep, but in Waterdeep. It's not in hell, but it's someplace on this plane where she thinks she could do battle.
Well, hope that works out for her.
You're a dick.
Our relationship is complicated.
Yeah, well,
Which
so am I.
It's mostly euphemism for bad, but hey.
You know what? I have a shitty relationship with my brothers, but doesn't mean that I leave them out to dry. Granted, I haven't seen them in a few 100,000 years, but that's a different story.
What, am I supposed to hunt her down to somehow insert myself into her apparently already well thought of plan to, kill Zariel, I guess? And to possibly just make everything fucking worse? Or do I stay in my goddamn lane if she needs me? I mean, I'm not that hard to find.
You are her goddamn lane.
Yeah, what's the bar
Kristi,
rolling? Yeah.
Does that 20 get Ibarra the conditions for the flames card of the deck of many things?
Sure. I mean, it was an incredibly high roll. It's like 4 lines of text or 3 lines of text.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I was
Okay,
just because
yes.
Selvar didn't mention the imperative conclusion.
I did say.
No, you just said hunted down by the demon. You didn't say until either her or the demon dies.
No, she did say, Delvar did say that.
That was that, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
That's
thinks
why
she's... Yeah.
Mara is laughing her ass off.
And that's why Chloe's like, oh, good luck, sis. Right, what's next?
I mean, it's mostly like, I mean, she has a plan, so I guess she's figured this out. Like, no reason for me to butt in there, have a bunch of old family drama come up, and just like really put her off her game. Like, she's probably better off with me not fucking intervening. And if she isn't, if she really needs me, I mean, I'm pretty well known at this point. Like, annoyingly, probably well known at this point.
Well, she's
Been in the paper a
the
couple of times.
she's in the Dran headquarters in Luskin if you want to visit her. If you can find it.
Dran. That's probably... Ooh, they're not gonna let me in the front door, are they? Ugh. Well, either way, guess she's having a time on her own. And I'll see her if she lives, and I won't if she doesn't.
You're a terrible brother. A horrible brother.
Don't fucking know, man. Just genuine fucking bullshit that's happened there.
I literally... War at this point is just like, I could out myself and just be like, famine, pestilence, death. Those are my siblings.
I mean, that doesn't mean you personally have a weird fucking relationship with them.
Yeah, but it also does, like, it also means that war is kind of the sanest of the out of the 4. In this world, anyway. But never mind. She hasn't outed herself. She's just growling at you, going, family is family. You're supposed to stick up for them. You're dick. Like, if she had a bat, she'd be beating you with it.
I mean, you could just kill her and then revive her.
Oh, that would
That seems like a way out. I'm surprised she hasn't done that yet.
The problem with that is knowing Zariel after Curia goes to hell, Zariel just fucks her up there before the revive goes off.
You just assume that she automatically goes to a relevant hell?
I mean, she's going to hell, that's much for sure.
I mean, couldn't she go any of the other places?
Tiefling.
There's kind of a lot.
I mean, the reason she's going to hell isn't mainly because she's a tiefling. I mean, yeah, there's 9 of them. But, I mean, if Zariel has her eye on her, she can probably make sure she's going to the correct hell. Unless we get protection, but that means making a deal with another devil.
Hi.
So,
My name is what? My name is who? My name is Chicka 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 Slim Shady.
Oh,
I mean,
what about the soul jars? Like that guy.
Oh yeah, I like that guy.
You know, the one Perry killed? And then we rescued the other guy.
Yeah, no, do we know anybody who can use that spell?
Can you guys use that spell?
Bar just shrugs.
Harry was there. He'd say something about necromancers.
Yeah, that's definitely necromancy.
That's what Perry says from across the hall.
Just from down the stairs.
Yeah, just dealing a hand.
Harry's actually say it'd be fucking necromancers.
Okay, that's what you hear.
Well, Curio has a plan already. I mean, it's probably fine. She was generally cleverer than I was, so she's probably entirely fine and does not need me to come in and fuck it up for her.
Can I ask the
Again.
stone something?
I mean, I can ask the stone something for you, although I think it can hear us as well, so go
Yes, I
ahead.
can hear her.
He says yes.
Awesome. Mr. Stone thing, dude. Does Carriel need our help?
Well, I would say, kind of like pokes around in your brain a little bit, Clue. You can feel your memories
I
of
don't like it.
you feel your memories of like
Mhm.
skills and battles and your spell abilities. Well, she's probably around your level. Certainly not able to take on a devil by herself.
Guys, I think we're gonna have to go to Luskin after this. Goddamn, why couldn't you tell me she had it fucking covered? Ugh.
Thank you, brain investing thing, Bob.
Oh,
No.
yes, Mara, you look very tasty. I'm trying to decide between you and Hibara and Perry who I want to give the third piece of information.
Oh yeah, I'm a no. I don't know where your mouth is, so that's a definite no.
I mean, Mark can hear that. That's all in Clue's brain.
Yeah, it's just, well, Mara, guess who's gonna be the next one to attune to this beautiful little pebble?
Not me.
Oh, but she wants the lightsaber so much, and I know right where she can find one.
Oh, lightsaber though. No, I've heard you talking about lightsabers. Come
Fuck.
on, Mara. Touch the rock, rub the rock, rub the rock.
and of course we haven't seen Vassar, so fuck. Mara's like, God, mother, fuck.
I still don't see what the appeal is of a lightsaber. They're pretty light as it is.
Also, before Mara started into Telvar, did anything weird happen when I started to do this thing?
No. No.
Telvar?
Oh, you have now. You have all the powers. You can cast Healing Spirit.
Oh no, I mean asking Telvar if anything happened
sorry.
when he was disattuned.
Healing Spirit was from the orrery, too.
Yeah. But
Oh, right,
That
yes,
I hadn't
correct.
already told you, no.
so nothing weird happened when you stopped attuning to this thing.
Oh, it did make a few of my memories fuzzy, but
Should
not the ones
probably,
that are most important to me.
should
Okay.
probably disattune soon.
Oh, you
Nudge,
see, when
nudge.
I become one with you, Clue, the memories we make together, I make with you. And when I leave, sometimes that gets pulled along. So, yeah, it's probably best to tell your party members anything you wouldn't want to forget. You might not remember our conversations.
Mhm. Okay, before you started tuning to this, Mara, I'm gonna grab some paper and write your shit down.
Fine. Hurry up. I need the lightsaber.
Okay. He's gonna grab some paper and pen, and if I remember correctly, I have calligrapher set proficiency, so
Yep,
Yep.
it looks beautiful.
beautifully written down. And
Yes,
then he just
gorgeous
casually
copper plate.
tosses a stone of galore at Mara.
Oh, so you're gonna disattune from it. All right, I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
I mean, I guess.
Is that when, are you going to give him advantage for that, Kristi?
Does
because
he-
of protection from good and evil?
Yes. Well-
Okay, the bless
Okay,
you
I
not
think
have been
that's
on
good.
there, but Clue
Oh.
remembers fucking everything. Why the fuck did I even get the paper? Jesus.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, Mara.
Oh, okay. Mara has the stone and regrettably attunes to it.
All right.
Mara will become dusted.
This is
All
a
right, so
bad
yes,
idea.
Clue, you had the same experience that Belvar does of that sort of the being leaving your body and pulling at your memories, but you are completely able to resist it and hold on to the memories. Writing it down really made it fresh in your mind. And so now I have to look a couple things up in a book. Because I wasn't prepared to go that far ahead yet. But so we're gonna kind of like, so you guys have something to discuss. So flashback, I guess. Omen Drawn shows up one day before you open and asks to see all of you. Escort him to the conference room. And the 5 of you, I don't know, does Gorko attend the business meetings too? Or is he, like,
I mean,
I feel like he's
he's
probably tags
there,
along.
but much like Ibarra, he doesn't do much.
I feel like no.
I mean, Hibari doesn't do much in the meetings either, but
No, I mean,
Well,
much
no,
like
that's
Ibarra, he doesn't do much.
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I was actually going to say he's off like keeping friend entertained.
all right. Yes. Yeah, sure. Okay. Omen's like, so I want to first thank each of you, Thalvar, Hibara, Mara, Perry, Clue, for your work in finding out information about the attacks on our other franchises. But before we get to that, I hate to be crass, but did you have the items retrieved from Neverwinter? Could I collect those from you?
Who has
Jarvis?
those?
I mean, we gave them all to Jarvis, so.
Okay. Yep. So, so one of you runs down, gets Jarvis to get the other volume of the Books of Common Knowledge, volumes 1, 2, and 3, and bring it up. And he says, "Oh, this is fantastic. Good." And I understand that this was a slightly more difficult mission than planned. Jarvis tells me you organized a prison break.
Yep.
Pretty impressive. It's nice. I mean, everything went perfectly, and I appreciate your professionalism. And as a reward, and he takes out a bag of coins, dragons. You can kind of see by the shapes that they poke out in the fabric of the cloth bag that he puts down, and he sets that in the middle of the table. He says, this is 1,500 gold pieces. So, thank you very much for moving these items. Appreciate it very much. But I want to talk to you all. I know that there's a lot on your plate right now. And I'm not expecting you to do this right away. But when you have a chance, this situation with Dran Enterprises... Alright, so you know my name is Omen Dran.
Mm-hmm.
And I founded the Solutions Guild. My sister founded Dran Enterprises.
Of course. Fucking sisters.
No.
Jesus.
All right. Am I right?
This is why I'm glad I only have brothers. At least they're not dicks.
Glad I'm an only child.
Now, we have sibling rivalries, and we've always been a little bit competitive. However, this whole idea of being attacked, having my employees or, my colleagues murdered, this just doesn't sound like their usual business practices. And I don't think she would attack me directly. She's not interested in killing people. She just wants to embarrass me. Therefore, I'm asking you, as the only as the only Waterdeep franchise, and having proved yourselves to be able to handle these situations, I need you to use whatever contacts you might have in the Luskan area. I understand that you found information that their secret headquarters is in Luskan, and I would like you to go there and find out more information. Maybe approach them, ask them what exactly is going on, because I don't think this just doesn't sound right. Who's ever after us just doesn't feel like my sister.
It might be that Grand Shoop fellow.
Oh, good old Hoop Shoop. Guess we have a reason to go to Luska now, or a second one. Yay.
Well, maybe if we help your sister, she can convince her to at least join up with us to help us deal with the Dran Enterprise stuff.
Would be lucky if I can convince my sister to let her help keep her alive. Well, we'll see what we can do.
Yes. Well, if Auspicia, that's my sister's name, Portia, Omen, Auspicia. My mom had a real sense of humor. If you can talk to her or her, whoever her representatives are, and find out and get back to me, I would make it worth your while and worth your time. And since you've shown yourself capable of managing yourselves as well as delegating some responsibilities, with all of the attacks on the franchises, we have a few openings. We're currently short some good, trustworthy, experienced adventurers, and therefore, I'm inclined to give you a management opportunity here. I think you're capable of doing it, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm going to allow you to basically sponsor your own franchise. You can fill it with your people. You can use them on your missions. They can also pick up their own missions. Of course, if I have anything in particular I need them for, I will need to sort of second them for information. And or for missions and other things. But yes, at the moment we have the capacities to sponsor a new franchise. Phandalin, Silent Sound, The Lighthouse, or wherever else. There's some other opportunities too, other taverns in other cities, ships, even carts or towers. So why don't you have a discussion? Come to me with a proposal, and we'll make it happen. And you will get a cut of whatever rewards they bring in, and a cut of their nominal but consistent franchise fees every month.
Huh. Sounds good. I mean, if I recall correctly, we did have a couple of recruits laying around. See if we can make the thing a little more permanent.
Well, I'll leave it in your hands if you talk to Jarvis and forward me on a written copy of your proposal. I'll draw up the paperwork, start on whatever it needs to be. If we need to meet again, I can stop by.
Yeah. I'll start on getting everybody's approval, and then I'll start the paperwork.
All right, well, we'll see y'all later, especially you, Sparky. Looks at Hibara.
She just shrugs.
Ew. Gross.
No, he's just reminding you that he saved your ass in the trial. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and he talks to Jarvis for a little bit on his way out, but then he leaves. So, yeah, you guys were thinking about, you had already discussed it a little bit. You're thinking about a ship, so that the second chance would become basically your second franchise?
Yep, and beat him on there. I think GIT is to have Charlie as its general leader, unless some of you want to shove somebody else in that position.
No.
Also, a clue, I forgot to tell you something.
Yep.
In the course of the discussions, because the wizard knew the location of Blue Alley, and your sister was describing her history and like how she got cursed and all that to him, you now know where the Blue Alley is in Waterdeep.
Okay, that's fun to know. Definitely not risking going there anytime soon, because most people fucking die.
Do you want to tell the rest of the party? Yeah, just...
Last time he told anybody had even rumors on Blue Alley, he thought they fucking died.
I guess Blue
So
Alley is a
his
bit like a.
sister?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want to tell them what it is?
Blue
the name's
Alley is a mystical, magical place in, I think, SeaWorld. It's generally found. It's supposed to have a bunch of magic items there. Most people who go in it never come out. That's the basic gist.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, that's what Curio thought. And apparently, she actually fucking succeeded, which, of course she did. She always fucking does that, doesn't she?
I'm not saying that in a shot of Nez.
Why?
Because Nez would take it as a challenge and try to beat it.
Sounds
Uh,
about right.
I mean, she's B team. If you lose her, she's replaceable.
If you wanted to send Frog Force 5 to Blue Alley, see if there's anything left there from. Yeah, you could. You guys could always do
Clue
that.
wouldn't send them there.
Oh.
Well, I guess they decide to go. I mean, it's not his problem.
Suggest it to Jolly, see what happens.
Charlie is too smart for that. He's not going to send people to a fucking suicide mission.
Just says, yeah, you know what that is? That's adventurer bait. That's what
Mhm.
that is. That's bait.
Sure.
Just that's the Mad
Yep.
Max meme. That's bait. Like that's.
It's a trap.
It's a
Mhm.
trap.
But if you guys ever decide you want to have a skip over to Blue Alley, you know where it is now.
Or how to find it, at least.
How to find it? Yeah, you could
Supposed to
find
be
it.
a consistent location as much as it's like weird and
I know I paid the $5 for the PDF and things, so
Mhm.
you know, like area unlocked, just
Mhm.
like Undermountain, like
Yeah.
bits of.
You guys want
So
to go
we
to
have to
the
get
weird
Clue really,
magical
really
death
drunk.
alley?
Let's do it.
I assume we need to be slightly higher level before we go there.
I mean, if Curio went in there and came out alive, I assume it either has some way of scaling or it's mostly puzzle based.
I will tell you that whatever level you get in, I will scale it. So yeah.
Yeah, which in universe you could say because it's a magical place, it uses like the magic of the people going in
Yeah.
to defend itself, so it automatically level scales.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun.
Does that mean if we send artificers, it'll be mechanical monsters?
Oh, and it's only levels. It's not class.
It just like absorbs energy or whatever, or it was made by somebody who was trying to torture people and not necessarily kill them. So it just goes like, that's the level in which I can just kind of fuck with them for a while. And if they're dumbasses, they die, and if they're smart, they don't. A
Yes.
lot of ways to make that work in universe.
Yeah, there's a wizard who runs it for his sort of own amusement. And
Mhm.
occasionally people in Waterdeep, the rich people, will find their items have been pilfered. And then they have to like send some adventurers to go in and collect it back. And it's sort of like this like known thing that if you get a message from the wizard, whose name I can get up in a second if people are really interested, that oh, you know, your deck of many things is now located in the gold end of Blue Alley. It's a way to kind of like keep money going and stuff in the city. So
Mm-hmm.
because the wizard likes to fuck with people.
Yep. That's them the wizard things.
Them the breaks.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. We've covered Laurel, Emerald Enclave, Jolly, Omen, the Stone, the Scrutineering, Opal, and Devil. So that's yes. Those are all the things I had to get through. So yeah, the franchise. How Major Domo. You're gonna need a Major Domo for it. So it can't just be the I think you're gonna need like a higher level NPC or something else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Charlie was lined up for that right now, but we can. I don't know if we still have that plan or if we want grab somebody else.
yep, that's what I want to know too. What
Yep,
do you guys?
Because I mean, I'm cool with it being Jolly. I think. I mean, we probably want to like level him up to 6 as well, because I don't think he's had his 6th level yet. But
Yeah,
like
Jolly
level
works.
and keep Jolly leveled with the main party. Or we can see how we level him with the secondary.
And when he's with you, he
Mhm.
will level as like the same times you guys level. So he would also, level before he kind of left. But when he's like with the Frog Force
he
5,
doesn't level while he's there. Yeah.
yeah, because they need to kind of catch up to him more. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll see when I have some time to get him up to level 6 with the main party.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna miss Jolly.
I mean, he's gonna be in the B team. So
yes, he's not really going anywhere. Just see him less often. Okay, yeah. So you guys have basically a second franchise, with a ship headquarters. We don't really have to like do the. I'll just kind of like, I'll tell you some options for the ship next time. And we don't actually have to like play out them going to Ruskin per se. I can do some rolls to see how it goes or give you a report. So that's how you can do that. And you can use them for reconnaissance. Like if you wanted to send them to Blue Alley, you could either role play them or just do them and I can report back like how it went. And yeah, other things that you need them for, you can kind of just call on that resource now.
I mean, I feel for Blue Alley, if we end up doing it, it's probably going to be Clue doing it entirely and out of like resentment just because his sister did. It's like, I can do it fucking too, I can fucking figure that shit out too. That's fucking special.
There's a probably geared up nurse to go with him then.
We shall see.
I did have one other thing. Hibara, I need to know for the next session, not this session. But yes, you and Felric and the necromancers. You talked about talking to Perry and Mara, and so I thought you guys could discuss what you want to do for that, so I can have it prepared for next time.
I mean, Hibara's plan was to basically just throw Perry in there and say, go find the necromancers at the bar, basically.
How would Perry feel about that plan?
It would be an interesting challenge for him. Something that would test his skills without making him kill everything. So he'd be happy about that.
Okay. So it would be a social
I would also
encounter.
say that it wouldn't be like, hey, Perry, I've got this plan. It's literally like, hey, Perry, let's go do the thing now. Go over there, get there. So what's the plan, Hibara? You're going to go in there and find anyone who does necromancy. Go.
Here's the
That sounds
question.
about right.
Does Hibara still think Perry's a ghost?
Yes. Yes, she does.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to fix that.
Which is funny because she knows Lif is a ghost and Perry's nothing like Lif.
Oh, that'll be relevant in like a month. But so if she doesn't find anything, she doesn't figure it out yet, something will happen that should be very amusing. But
okay.
That's a surprise for later.
All right. We'll put a pin in that. All right. So next time I'll prepare for like you all heading down to the hostel and having an interaction there. So, all right. Okay. That was so. I think we've covered a lot of stuff, but maybe include. So we can start with Perry and Hibara next time. But after that, you guys now. Oh, the location. That was it. I was gonna. Okay. There's things I have to look up for. You're going to learn, Mara, the location of the entrance to get to where you can access the Stone of the Dragons.
Okay. But wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to ask about
door to the vault to the dragons.
Well, no, you're gonna get the location to access the way to get to the vault.
Okay.
Okay. So in game you have that information. In real life you don't yet because I haven't looked it up because I have to find the right season. But so you both know where the stone is. You have the information on Undermountain, and you have the information on something. Oh, Xanathar. You have lots of information. Yeah, you have the assassination mission. So, yeah, now that you have all the information, you can kind of decide what order you want.
Awesome. Am I going to get to have a conversation with the stupid stone or no?
Yes. I just have to get the information first. Well,
Alright.
Sorry. Let's do that at the start of the next one because I have to figure out where your lightsaber is.
Thank you.
So I haven't actually. I did find a place for it, but I don't remember where I wrote it down. So
Alright.
that's what I have to
Also,
go and
remember, it was going to be the crazy.
That's for the class change, not necessarily the physical object, right?
I thought the lightsaber was part of the class.
Yeah, I have to do a class change to get the saber.
I will say that until you get the saber, you would be able to use like it with half of its bonuses. So I'll look up the details and I'll kind of nerf it a bit because you're not quite right. Like it'll still work, but it won't be optimized, shall we say?
All right. Well, okay. Well, I still have to do the whole my cousin aunt, chicken lady.
Yes. I know that I can tell you. I think it's somewhere under Waterdeep. So you don't have to travel far to get it. You will you'll have to travel down to get it.
Awesome.
So
I'll have the lightsaber, but I won't really know how to use it.
Right.
Until I visit my crazy chicken aunt.
Just heavily flailing a lightsaber around.
Yeah. And you could maybe do that on the way to Thelvar's properties.
Totally do that.
Okay. Right. So
somebody just has to role play Mara while I role play my mom.
Oh, by the way, what would the interaction between Frog Force 5, while I look this up, this might be a good time, for each of you, what would the interactions with your character and Frog Force 5 be? So, maybe, can we start with Hibara? Oh, and you have the Rotor of Return handed over to you from Jolly.
Is it? Because the Rotor of Return is the item clue, or is it? So you're talking about Rotor of Return and not...
No, the Rotor was what you guys got in Frog Force 5 got in Phandalin.
Are you sure? The Rotor is what Clue got.
Oh, okay.
He got something.
Oh, sorry, the timepiece of teleportation?
Yeah. Teleportation, yeah.
Yes, so you have a timepiece of teleportation with all of its stats.
I mean,
hanging out.
Who wants to... Because Clue is currently the one... that also reminds me, Clue would have probably set the return point of the recall code to the tavern at some point.
Yep, if you say that out loud, it's canon. So, yep, that's fine. The return point can be the tavern.
So, I mean, to be honest, it's only 500 feet, so it's not like Clue can protect himself from getting teleported wrong that much better than your average person. So, yeah, who wants to teleport? You think?
Mara wants it. Mara wants all the things.
What were the stats on
else?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It always lets you in the north. It gives you a GPS in your brain. It gives you plus one to your deck saves, long strider at will, and teleport once per day.
Yes, Mara wants it. Mara is the only human on this team. Mara is the slowest.
All right, and it also has the same...
No, you're not. You're a monk.
I am
40 feet
not the slowest.
You have 40 feet of movement. Like, you're the fastest of everybody. I mean, technically, Clue can be faster because bonus action dash. But to be honest, you can do that with a key point as well.
Yeah. Well,
I believe Penny's the slowest.
So so Frog Force 5 has returned. So that means
yes.
Yeah, that's why Ned's playing cards.
Cobalt and Kermit, Punch, everything.
All come in. What happens?
And technically, with Chloe, you can move even faster.
No, sorry, Thelvar, go.
Because action, bonus action, dash, cunning action, dash.
Damn it.
Wait, how do you mean? Cunning action is bonus action, dash. Because Clue can go 90 feet. Theoretically, Mara can theoretically go 120, but it does take a key point. Because she
I'm
has
not about to waste
speed of the wind.
on 90 feet.
Well, I mean 120 feet. get an extra 40 feet, but
Yeah,
you
not
have
not
80 of the
happening.
normal dash.
I could heal people with that key point. Thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, technically, if like, we were just having a race and that was the only thing that mattered, she could do 120, and Clue can do 90 without any resources. So, sprint, Mara would win. Long distance, Clue would win, most likely. Until you run into Hipara turning into a horse, at which point.
Hey, that's cheating, but completely accurate.
The dinosaur
I mean-
races.
How much movement does a horse have again?
One of them has 50 and the other has 60, if I remember correctly. Let me check.
Yeah. Even with bonus action dash, you should just action dash for 100 feet. So, ain't doing shit there.
Yep,
War horse
60.
is 60, and a draft horse is 40. Huh.
Yep.
And riding horse, I assume, is also 60. Yep, 60. So, assuming you turn into a smart or the correct horse, you just massively, you've like even matched Mara on speed right now. Although more monk levels on armored movement does go up, so eventually a monk can outrun a horse.
If I wasn't also a freaking barbarian. I think I'm only at 30. Oh, no, I'm finally at 40.
I mean,
I was at 30 for a long
you
ass
get
time.
it's normal movement you get at like level 2 or 3, I think.
Mm.
I mean, Kermit at the very least already has it, but so at level 3 at the latest, but I'm pretty sure it's level 2.
Won't you be just full monk with the class chain?
Mm-mm.
No?
Oh,
I thought that's what you were doing with the lightsaber monk class.
Nope. I just have to be at
Yeah. As I remember.
Oh, wait,
Kermit
that
having
means
55.
Mara has those potions now.
Also, yes. Also, Kobold.
Oh
You have a
yes,
Kobold now.
Patsky.
Which Clue would not be have. Which Clue would definitely have a talk with Crichton about. Because he does not need somebody fucking recruiting things for Mara.
It wouldn't matter. Crichton would be like, "You are not my love. I don't take orders from you."
And Clue would fucking threaten him.
Again.
That's would punch Clue because she's formed something of a bond. They formed something of a bond with this team, even if they despise some of it.
I mean, Ness can fucking try and hit Clue, but that's not going to go well for her.
Yes, but then Clue would then, of course, have to deal with the giant puppy dog eyes that are coming from both Gorko and the Cobalt, and then realize that he is lost.
I mean, he's not gonna send the Cobalt away. He mostly wants Crichton to just not do it in future. Okay,
Oh,
like
just
at
wait
this point,
until-
he knows he's lost.
Oh, just wait until the freaking gargoyle shows up.
By the way, if that gargoyle goes evil and tries to kill Mara, Clue's just gonna let it. That's just fucking karma and not his issue.
Wow.
Anyway, I would think the Kobold could possibly, as the B team setting up their own franchise, go with them as one of their NPCs.
I mean, Clue would be in like that's like the main thing Clue would be telling Crichton. Like, if you're gonna adopt shit, adopt them for yourselves. Okay? Don't involve us in this.
By the way, Patsky and Gorko are now playing together. They're like out in the backyard. They're like watching Kermit punch trees.
And trying to avoid the stupid patch of goo.
Yeah.
Oh, to goo hole, yeah.
Yes.
And Crichton is actively trying to find Mara, and Mara is spectacularly hiding from this man that's just calling like, "My love, my heart, where are you? My sun and stars."
I thought we put the slime in the basement.
No, it's in the backyard.
What is in the
No,
basement?
it was in the basement.
No, we put it in the backyard. In the
I
basement.
thought we
we
put it
put it
in
in
the
the
basement.
It's in the basement, directly underneath the kitchen, being used
Yeah.
as waste
Mhm.
disposal.
Is it?
Put in a specific
Yes.
thing, and we marked
Yeah.
it on the map.
Oh, then maybe
It's
okay.
behind the
well,
stairs.
I think there's a
Mm.
garden in the
And I-
back. I know you
And I
guys did
remember
something.
that without even having the map on the screen.
I've in my head it's always been in the backyard, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's hard to put bodies in the backyard and not be noticed. You know.
Yeah, but at this point, there's so much random noise coming from the haunt that I'm pretty sure nobody notices anything that happens there.
Yeah, they might be distracted by the giant plants.
Right? At this point, the plants that are just falling from the sky.
Well, actually, right now, they've been crawling out of the central tower.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, any more Frog Force 5 reactions?
Let's
From
see,
either
I've
team.
got the card
Lots of new
game.
friends. Oh, hugs, 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 hugs.
Soliolo would
I
definitely want to get
mean-
in on the card game.
The thing is, Mara isn't currently there, right?
Well, Mara's
is-
hiding from Crichton.
Mara is hiding.
I
Good,
imagine
'cause
we're going to
if-
see Perry noticing that Mara's trying to stay away from Crichton and goes, "Do you want to come upstairs and we can look over some clothes and patterns and things?"
Yes, please God, yes.
I mean, if Mara isn't there, Kermit is mostly gonna be confused why she isn't there. But he's not gonna think about it too much. He's probably out there murdering some people. You know how it is.
Well, it's not that Mara isn't there; it's that she's actively avoiding Crichton.
When
Yeah, but-
Crichton goes upstairs with
Mhm.
Perry, though, would she come out?
No, when Mara goes upstairs with Perry.
Yeah.
Mara and Perry are
Oh, I
hiding
thought it was
upstairs.
Crichton who was upstairs doing patterns
I
and
mean-
stuff. Okay.
Unless Kermit sees Mara, not much is gonna happen there.
Oh, roll
Yeah.
perception.
Okay, let me get
Mara, roll
Kermit out.
stealth.
Does Mara get help with stuff because of Perry?
Is she? How does she get help? Is it just by being next to you?
Oh, okay. Wait.
I'm
Never mind.
fucking blind.
Hold on, I have to roll perception for Crichton.
Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean,
Fuck.
Perry is like helping her usher up the stairs.
Yeah, with a 15, she's fine so far. Oh no, yeah, she's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
She's
I mean,
super.
Nobody sees shit.
No.
No, okay, cool. Ah,
And then after they've left, Mara comes down with some new clothes.
oh, but Crichton does hand over the potions to Jarvis and says, "Give these to my love. She deserves them. They are for her."
I will.
Thank
And-
you.
Does
Please.
Crichton go off then?
He goes off somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay.
He fucks off. Basically.
Off to
He's
his
a good little stalker.
his new digs on the second chance.
Mm-hmm.
So then, when Mara and Kermit meet,
I mean, he's gonna be very reverent about it. Lady War, it has been ages.
God fucking damn it. You're a frog. Not even a frog. You're a fucking Muppet.
I know my new form is less terrifying than my last one, but I assure you, I still have more than enough fire in my heart.
It isn't easy being green. God fucking damn it, Kermit.
Just take it. Just take it. She can kick your ass. Ugh. He's still actively bowing at this point.
But I am thankful that you are here. At least someone gets my jokes. I mentioned I mentioned the Germans the other day, and no one knew what I was talking about. Or the Russians. I said
These-
I talked about the Japanese, and everyone looked at me funny.
These goddamn infidels are not worthy of you, my lady.
You are aware that flattery gets you nowhere with me. Nowhere.
Oh, but I still want to do it all the same. just kind of looks up at you.
She just like Mar just kind of looks at you with this face that's like, if you weren't an underling, I'd punch you into the sun because you're a goddamn muppet.
It's all in the bar, right?
No, this is Mara and Kermit.
I mean,
But is
why
this
would they
happening
meet
in the
outside
bar?
outside of the
Oh.
bar?
I don't know where they are. Where are they?
I kind
They
of thought they were on
probably
the
in the
ground
bar.
level of the tavern after closing.
Oh, okay. That
So
helps.
this is in the bar.
Yes.
And Hibara is just watching this, sipping water,
Observing,
Observing.
pretty much.
judging.
She has no foot to stand on, so it doesn't really matter.
She's not judging. She's just kind of fascinated by this and really get what's going on, but she recognizes that something big is going on.
Mara is just short of words. She's just like, you're a fucking Muppet. That's all I can say. You're a Muppet. A Muppet.
I am your Muppet, my master.
God damn it.
Kristi, what does a 17 tell Hibara about what the fuck Kermit's going on about?
I mean, Kermit respects Mara,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's also kind of fucking terrified of her, but that's mostly what the respect is about.
Right now, it seems like a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mara has a groupie, basically, is what you're getting the vibe. Like
I mean,
Mara.
like,
Not
he'd
even a
be-
groupie. It's like one of those freaking like men that go to like the Japanese men that do the whatchamacallits idols, pop idols, and like
Papoose.
stand in the front row with like the things. Like that's the vibe she's getting, and she just is
Yeah,
like,
those are just groupies.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's like next step groupie.
Yeah, technically otaku, which is essentially just fan. But yeah,
Like yeah, but this is like she's getting stranger danger from it too.
yeah, stalker vibes.
Yeah, she's like, she's like regretting sending Crichton away at this point.
Wow.
I mean, he's not gonna fucking try anything, Jesus.
Jolly.
Oh no,
It sounds like he wants to, though.
I mean, not particularly. He's a frog now.
like
Even
it's
in human form, it's far
Stop
more of a.
me from being creepy.
Jolly's also watching this because this is his new team, and he kind of pipes up and he says, Mara, if you touch him, it might kill you. Not that he'll try to kill you. He's literally deadly to touch. And if you're looking for a badass,
I don't know about that.
this guy, basically
Mara.
got cursed and pushed it onto somebody else. Didn't you?
Oh,
You're
Hey, how did
aware of that.
Jolly know that?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How did you know that? And
Jolly.
is this within earshot?
Jolly. One would expect it from one of my greatest generals. I mean, seriously, you should have seen this man in his prime. He would. Oh, he caused one of my brothers to have the worst day at work in forever. Like literally, he was working for like 12 days straight. Mwah, chef's
Wait.
kiss.
You flatter me.
I don't know,
course I do.
this definitely wasn't in earshot.
However, you need to work on your your diction because it's. I've told you this before. You're creepy.
As to how Jolly knew, you know how both you and who else had it? Multiple
Bartram.
syllables.
I
Yeah,
think it was
Bartram.
Nez.
You instantly knew like it was transferred, and
Mhm.
you knew like how to get rid of it and how it all worked.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gilda did too. And eventually, like, she was kind of out of it to begin with, but she remembered back to when she was being transported, and she remembers this moment where suddenly, like, this knowledge came upon her, and it was Kermit who was by her at the time. And she, it was pillow talk with him, her, and Jolly.
So you know the guy that you hired. Apparently he cursed me because I'm not. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Well, I mean, it was for him, it was a piece of information about your character and that you're ruthless. And that might come in handy when you're living the adventuring life. So, plus Gilda was good friends with that Timora priestess, so she was gonna get it sorted out after you guys left town.
Anyway.
That's good for her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No sudden explosions.
Yeah, but Jolly wasn't gonna tell you. He was just gonna, and now he is, because he wants to see how Mara's gonna react to this.
And of course, Mara's just like, oh, good. He is proving to be useful other than his creepy self, which is one of the reasons why I ran to this other dimension to avoid all of my creepy underlings.
He's a badass. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him. Or if I did, I'd probably throw a big blanket over him first.
Jeremy just kind of chuckles.
He wasn't always so small.
Jolly smiles back at him.
Or made of felt.
Yeah, going to this new world that had its challenges.
Yeah.
Seems you made the trip slightly more intact.
Yeah, but I share a body with the goody two shoes. At least we're both chaotic.
Well, I dominated this ground, but
you're a frog.
Yes, but that was an issue of a previous time. Some things happened while you were away that I was not happy about.
Yeah, things happen. That world got boring. There's only so much I could do. Or not do. Or do.
The humans made it too easy.
Shut up. Ugh.
Wherever you command me, my mistress.
Okay, one, we gotta stop with the mistress again with the fucking creepy.
I mean, you are my mistress. It's just an accurate description of your title.
Yes, and it was creepy back then too.
I mean, that's what I was told to call you.
Yes, I know what my father told you to call me. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
If I offend you, I'm sorry, but what should I call you then?
For now, just call me Mara. It's still technically my title.
Okay, Mara then.
Yes, because as I'm sure you might not be aware of this. The Germans were very, very clever when they named some girls, but it also means war.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, Lady Mara.
That is perfect.
Lady Mara's okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Then, Lady Mara.
Also, be nice to Crichton. He's technically my cousin in this universe. He's a good kid.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly why I have a problem with him, though.
Yes, but when I say good, I don't... There's a bird. Sorry. In real life, there's a bird hanging out. Sorry. He's not good. He's good. He looks out for my vessel. He would look out for my vessel if I needed him to.
Okay, so he is a fellow servant. Yes. I shall try to respect him, even if I hope you don't mind if I mess with him just a little.
Yes, just don't kill him.
I shall make it my mission to make sure he remains alive and reasonably well.
You don't even have to do that. Just don't kill him. Just don't be responsible for his death.
Just personally don't kill him.
Yes.
Oh, I could definitely do that.
Like, I don't need, like, you could he could die. He could totally die, but you just don't be responsible for his death.
Okay.
Easy?
Shall be done. Or
Awesome.
not done, I guess.
Great. I think we're done here. I'm going to make sure that my children are not blowing things up because for some odd reason I have adopted a bunch of wackadoos.
Well, you did the same in our world, didn't you?
This is true, but it's what I do.
So,
Yeah. Well,
oh, sorry.
I shall return to the sea. Just hops out.
As soon as Kermit leaves,
Mhm.
Ibarra turns to Bara and goes, "So why is your slave angel a frog?"
Because dimension hopping is a bitch, apparently.
There is. Especially when your soul becomes fused with a cartoon, well, Muppet Frog.
You're made of felt. I love that that was her response. She's like, God damn it, you're made of felt. What am I supposed to do with that?
Although, admittedly, he wouldn't. Like, maybe his skin appears like weirdly felty, but he is also just a grog, so he's not literally made out of felt.
Yeah, but Mara would not care. Mara would just be like, you're made out of fucking felt. God damn it. I genuinely don't know. He was like a 6'7", like burly.
I mean, he had
Yeah.
multiple forms in the old world. He's a body
Yeah,
hopper
but in
after
my
all.
head, he kind of just looks like the Hun from Mulan.
Hmm.
And just like repeat, like copy and paste over and over and over again. Like, I'm sorry, if you're gonna be a henchman of war, like she would just take all the best warriors she could possibly think of. And
I mean, he was generally more like crafty kind of guy, but like he jumps bodies. He's gonna try and look for a body that's got some heft on it.
Yeah.
Like he's looking for the strongest body he's gonna be able to possess.
like I said, most likely going to be the Hun.
Mm-hmm. Well, would have been one of his forms at the very least.
Yep.
All right. So that seems to have played out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Thank you.
That was so creepy.
All right. I put you on the Waterdeep map. If you head over toward the castle ward, near, you'll see a purple box, sort of heading out towards sea. And the Stone of Galore has indicated to you that the entrance to the location where the dragons have been hidden is under a converted windmill.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the location. That's where that is. The again, I'll tell you more specific information on the location of the lightsaber, because it's going to be someplace where actually the the Stone of Galore, sorry.
The aboleth. Oof, that would wreck us at this point.
Wants to go. It's kind of gathered it's kind of talked to each of you. It's gathered its information. It wants to return. So it's the same location as where the lightsaber is. So that I'll get for you next time. So, but I wanted you to have the location for the dragons, and Jolly can get you the location to the Xanathar lair, and you can get to Undermountain via the Yawning Portal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Now that you have all of the information in front of you and all the storylines and how they converge, or you could go to Luskin if you wanted to.
First, Stone of Galore, so we can level up again, and then we can see what we do.
Just a question on the logistics. Am I right in thinking that the ship's about to head up to Luskin anyway?
Correct. Well,
Yep.
the second chance is, but it's loaded with cargo, and it's got its crew, and it's got. I presume you were sending Frog Force 5 with it for
Yeah.
security.
I feel like the main crew would probably not use that boat for
It's
regular
literally a beer
transport
run.
at this point.
Yeah, it's a beer
Mhm.
run, so they might run into pirates, but
Mm-hmm.
it is going in that direction. Yes. And
So
you have
there's
some
the
of the
opportunity to ask them to keep an eye out for something.
I mean, they're going to Luskin, so we can ask them to hear for rumors or something, but we can't ask them to actively do the investigation.
Yeah, it would be kind of like when Thelvar currently rolls for rumors from other major domos in other headquarters. It would be on par with that kind of information that they could bring back. So the same as you would have for downtime activity about doing research in Luskan, essentially. But they do it for you, so you don't have to use your downtime.
Sounds good. So we're mostly set up for going after the dragons then. And
Yeah, I mean, you've said that, but literally no one else. So either that's silence equals consent because everyone's in agreement, or people are playing on their phones or looking at something online and missed it. So
I mean, Habard.
That's consent.
okay.
I mean, generally, I personally like verbal affirmative consent.
Enthusiastic, I think they call
silence.
it. Yeah, enthusiastic consent is better.
Like, are you okay with this? And just like nothing. That's
Well,
Sitting back and
not
Mr.
risking this
Bernstein.
shit.
being that it's where my freaking lightsaber is, then yes.
It might be not be in that location. It might be somewhere else in the city, though.
But you want to go there to level up so that you're even more effective when you do get the lightsaber.
So, yep, that's definitely where we are going next, unless somebody has something intermediate they want to deal with real quick.
I thought we'd do the Perry and the bar scene before
Yes.
we go.
Yeah,
before we go there.
Correct. And also,
But aside
I'll get
from
more
that-
details. Yeah, and also for Kelsey, I'll get precise details on where the sword is, or the saber, I should say.
Yeah, but the only other interaction I can think of before we need to do that is Soliolo will approach Jarvis.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Jarvis, have you found any information about Tasty Peters yet?
Oh, good question. That is an excellent question. It's a question that I would like to ruminate on. So,
Okey-dokey.
can we do a flashback to this? Because it was a small, yes, it was a while ago and I'd forgotten. But yeah, Jarvis is well connected, and there's also the Solutions Guild. So that will also be something I will update you on next time. Because, for instance, like there are some, like when you guys have some of these ideas, it's good for me to build on them. So give me a little time. Like, for instance, coming up with Clue's sister's backstory was quite a lot of fun, and would probably be very different if I had come up with it at a different point with the different information. So like, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty well as a hook.
Yeah.
So
Clue, if anything, is relieved that it's fucking Zariel, not Galasha, because that would have been a whole new level of fucking family drama he wasn't ready for.
yeah, she's a hit. She's in hiding, you know, like, so, also, I feel like, Thelvar, you were also interested. Now, I don't know if you personally want to go out looking for the components to make that thing for Lif.
Yeah.
Okay, otherwise that's something you could outsource to the B team. Some of the elements, for instance. So it depends on if you want to do it. I mean, I can work it in, or you can also now consider farming that out and having them do some of that stuff for you.
Yeah, can do.
Okay, have a think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you decide. Then I will work it into whatever narrative is most appropriate.
As I say, can farm it off to the B team. It will at least give you some idea on some
What kind of
things
components.
to have them do.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And depending on like how rare and challenging it is, they could maybe level up off screen, you know? And so, yeah, they can also be like get better at stuff in case you want to jump back into them at some point and play around with a new level.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. That was kind of I've gotten through everything I wanted to get through today. We've basically been going through Kristi's checklist. But
Lord Dump episode.
but I also feel like a lot has been accomplished.
Yeah.
So yeah. Before I wrap this up then, is there anything else in game, in characters that you guys want to do or discuss or ask questions about?
Specifically,
Okay.
yeah, the Sand Renown level up was after the Undermountain thing, right? That was planned.
Sorry, can you say that one more
Also,
time?
The Zant Renown going
Yes,
up, that's after
correct.
Undermountain, right? Mhm.
Correct. Although after you guys, assuming you survive the retrieving the dragons, you will be level 6. But when you do the Xanathar thing, everyone's gonna like bump up renown because you're all doing stuff for your various factions now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think I'll have to look at it because you guys might. Yeah, we might have like underlings or things. So I'll look into the faction ranks and what happens. Well, in particular for you, Blue.
Yeah. 5. Ooh.
Yeah, and another thing that you guys can think about doing is if you want to, if doing faction work is interesting for you going forward too, then maybe that's something I can work into whatever plot lines. Like the way that in this case, like with Perry coming in the slavery angle, all of the factions are pretty much interested in that, and so it's just brought back the factions element of the game.
I mean, Clue's obviously very invested in the Xanathar. That much is definitely true. I don't know if any of you want to go deeper into your specific
Zens, you mean?
stuff.
Zens.
Yeah, Zens. Yeah, sorry.
Zens.
No,
I know. It starts with the exact
he's
same.
also invested in the Xanathar, but
Yes.
only as much as there
The battle.
was the Zens. Gang war.
And depending on how things go, my idea is that you guys would, if you decide to go and connect up with Curio and take that on, I'm gonna say you're gonna need to be sort of like 10th level at least. I mean, I'll have to look at it. But did you get what I was trying to say about Cobalt Tower? I'm gonna make that because you guys out of game.
That was Manshoon Sam. Hideout.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you remember where you battled Manshoon?
Pocket Dimension.
Pocket Dimension, yeah.
Yeah. And so that is why I'm trying to bring these things together as they're spontaneously being improvised. When they said call Curio in, it's because your next party will have cleared out Cobalt Towers. So that's how I connected those together.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, it's all one universe. It's all one Waterdeep. I'm sorry. I'm really proud of myself. So I just wanted to brag for a bit. Okay.
See, you should be. You're doing an awesome job with this.
You really are.
I'm having so much fun with you guys. And actually tonight, all right, so we're done. The session is over, but just kind of before we wrap it up, and then I'll sign off. But having Mara or having Kelsey and Yella in the same episode have the exact same reaction to the stone. Oh, that was so tasty. Oh, that was so tasty. I'm like, lightsaber. She's like, fuck. Your sister got the deck of many things. Fuck. This was such a fun session for me because of those things.
The worst thing about that is, if Clue ever got a deck of many things, he would instantly draw from the thing as well. Because for all he's listening right now, if it's fucking in front of him...
No, I don't want to be free from a deck of many things.
Genuinely, like now he can be like, fucking with the deck of many things. It's a dumb idea. But as soon as it's in front of him, it's just like, just wonder what that's gonna do.
Mara has no idea what it is,
isn't it?
so she would still draw from it and go, what the fuck does this mean?
Yeah,
and then she draws death, and she just fucking dies.
No, see, the funny thing is Mara would draw death, and War would be like, brother, when are you coming?
And then it's the wrong fucking death.
But they would still be friends.
I mean, maybe after death killed her.
You looked at the statistics for death?
It's a 52 card deck, right?
No, I mean the one where you pull
That
death
line
and you
of
get
death,
death
yeah.
show up and they like do a one-on-one combat with death.
Oh,
It's
that
actually
one.
not
Yeah.
that hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, doesn't it automatically level scale or something? Or is that older editions?
I believe that's older one. I don't remember quite with the fifth one, but I remember that the fifth one is, you know, it could be close, and it definitely depends on what class you are, but you could take them.
I would think so. Mara would just be like, why are you upset at me, brother? What did I do? And then she would talk him out of it. Or at least that's what she would think to do first.
Yeah, so like with Thelvar's hook, I know exactly what you all need to do to break the curse and also to end the curse. If you guys decide to go down that route and do that. But for a long time, Curio was just kind of hanging out there. And then I thought, okay, like let's bring her in withdrawn. But yeah, it was only like literally in the last 24 hours that I came up with all of this kind of stuff. And it was really fun kind of like putting her story together and what happened. Because you mentioned Blue Alley, and then that sent me down like a whole rabbit hole of things where, yeah, I kind of like tried to figure out what could have happened to her. Like what happened to her? How would she have met up with Dron? Right. So there were like little bits of the story that I had planted already or kind of were fixed. And then it was just a matter of like, okay, well, what would bind her to these people? And I'm like, okay, deck of many things. Like, all right, let's go through the deck of many things and see and of like what would be good. And then her being a tiefling and then the flames card, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That also explains why she couldn't have talked to Clue because she had to go into hiding. So yeah, it was like really enjoyable to pull the bits of lore together with the sort of story frame that you handed me to flesh Curio out and who she was and what had happened to her. And now you also know sort of who she's battling. You know where she wants to do her battle. You just don't know what idea she has to get herself out of this shit. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So that means this would be my second time dealing with the consequences of that deck. And both times someone's pulled that card.
That's true. That happened in the Alice in Wonderland game too. We ended up fighting the Jabberwocky as the demon. It was actually perfect. It worked really well.
It worked so well.
By the way, Corey, I decided to look up the avatar of Death for a second. The thing is an armor class of 20 and can do
2d8 plus
3 and 4 and 1d8 necrotic damage ahead.
How many attacks per round?
Only the one. But
like,
its hit points are only half of what your hit points are. You can take
so
that.
Okay.
To be fair, if you're like a rogue that's just like taking aim, hitting them, I mean, advantage above 20 is not that unlikely, and then they can just melt because rogue damage.
Yeah. It definitely depends on the class.
But like a monk will probably have a decent number of issue with that because armor class 20 is fucking
That's
lot.
high. That's really high.
And if you don't have a way of getting advantage and only you're going to be doing is like d6s if you do hit.
Just gonna be burning through your key if you had it.
And then if you're a spellcaster, you just nuke it.
Yeah, that's probably the best. Maybe saving throws, is the best. I don't know.
I mean, it's got +3 on everything. And,
okay.
It's a necrotic and poison, but that's not that much.
Well, okay, I think we've nerded out on air enough, so we can continue this nerdy talk. But, yeah, come back next time. We're actually going to leave the tavern. We're going to go outside and touch grass.
And do more country true.
Yes, because it's getting closer. It's getting more wintry now. These 2 weeks have gone by. You're like 4 weeks out now from the Manchun thing. So getting closer and closer to winter. All right, so then join us next time, same bat channel. And all that's left to be said is goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye, party.
Okay. They did the bit. All right. That is